We're live. Hello, everyone out there. Welcome to the Superior Adventurers Guild Twitch channel. My name is NorthShoreDM. Ooh, I am excited about the things we are doing today. Hoo-ha. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you will enjoy what we're about to do, which in fact is play a game of Altered State. You might say to yourself, hey, NorthShoreDM, what the hell is Altered State? I'll tell you. It is a cyberpunk sort of rule set for ICRPG, which is a game written by the guys at Runehammer Games. If you don't know what any of that stuff is, go to, I think it's, runehammer.online. Go into the search bar and search out Runehammer. Check them out. They do awesome stuff. It's a really fun system. I love it. And he's done some really cool D&D stuff as well. It's really good. Like I said, it's a cyberpunk sort of thing. I'm not going to get too much into the details of why it's a little different than some things, other cyberpunk stuff right now, because that's going to be part of setting things up later. There's also man, the guy who did it all is also very much an artist, and so a lot of the token art and different things that we're going to be using in the game that you'll see are done by him. We've got some stuff that's from 2 Minute Tabletop, and we've got some images and things that I got from the Adobe boy, I can't remember what it's called. Stock images, yes. We've got some sweet music going on from the Cryo Chamber label, and Syrinscape to help set the tone and set the mood of things. So you can check out music either wherever you get those things. Search bars, they're the best. Yeah, let's meet the other guys, the players. Let's meet the crew. Actually, first, Dave would like to tell you about something that's happening next week, right here on this channel.
Yes, we have another episode of Roll Your Doom next Saturday at 2 p.m. Chad and I will be interviewing Christian Zuck, who is a content creator for a bunch of different awesome D&D adventures, encounters, maps, and we're really excited to talk to him because we're interested in the publishing process, the creative process, and we want to highlight his work and get his insights. So that'll be next Saturday on Twitch right here. So if you haven't already, follow our channel and you'll get an update. I think it sends an alert. I don't know. I think that's it, Chad. Back to you.
I just sent somebody a message in our Discord chat about a question I got on Discord from somebody else about things in Twitch. If anyone's running the mod stuff in there, please read my message. I don't know anything about it because I'm not dealing with that. Anyway, that's housekeeping. Let's meet our players, and they would like to tell you about their characters as well. Let's start clockwise with Zev.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name's Zav Santos. I'm a human enhanced consciousness decker. fully trained operative with Varg, who is a high-end corporate security force. But once finding out how corrupt they were, I faked my own death to escape their employ with the help of a infamous hacking crew called the Hex Crew. And now I'm an independent runner. That's it.
Hi guys, is that to me? Sorry, I was chatting with Pete. Hi Pete, you should be good to go. That's what I was trying to finish the sentence. Good to go. Hey everybody, Dave here. I am playing Klovak today. He is a mutant operative who likes to blow stuff up, and he is digging the thrills of the running lifestyle. And yeah, you'll get to know more about him tonight in today's game.
First of all, I was not ready for Klovak. I just want to start with that. That's commitment.
I thought we were all cosplaying, so here we go.
I can't make my brain make things explode, and that's really what Craig is here to do. Craig is here to throw things with his mind, and he has a lot of questions like, have you met God? If you have, what are they like? I met him once. It was a little weird, but that's not the point. The point is, right now we're really worried about the corporations that are just trying to murder us here in the ruins, and it's really important that we kill every last one of those motherfuckers. I mean, every one of them. I mean, we maybe put them on spikes. I don't know. We have time to figure that out. There's time to figure out how to burn them down when it's burning down, because time is an illusion anyway, right? And that's Craig. Enjoy that.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, wow. Hello.
I am Sentinel-7 from the Revived Hope Emergency Clinic, guard of Gate 7, Level 1, First Response Medic and Security.
Hell yeah.
Craig loves that guy.
Yes. All right. Yeah, let me a couple of disclaimers. There's probably going to be swearing. And by probably, I mean there already has been, and it's going to continue. I have a potty mouth, but I'll tone it down a little bit. There's going to be some violence. Somebody's going to get shot a lot. So be prepared for those sorts of things. But it's going to be super fun. Yeah, let's get into this. Welcome, chums, to the future. Welcome to the end. This is not the world of our fathers or of our mothers. It is no longer the Eden it once was. Hell, it ain't the world it once. It was when you first stacked. Generations of exploitation, extraction, and expansion have left Earth a shadow of its former self. The once great megacities of Shinru and Ishuga are all but empty, as those who could left for greener off-world colonies. The vast wastelands are spilling more and more of their radiated monstrosities over into the rim. And the veil waits like a virtual Asgard, but even Odin paid the price for knowledge. It's a dangerous world, chum, but it's ours. Now, our characters, as you have just met, are highly trained, highly skilled at least, yes, runners, right? They exist in a world of crime or getting things done for stuff, for money, for creds, for favors, because they have the ability to change the world, and some people need it changed for the better, because there are folks, as I said, who are out there to change it for themselves, and that ain't always for the better. Stacks, like that wonderful TV show and book series, Altered Carbon, are hardware consciousness holders that those with creds, those with the gumption to engage in are able to live a much longer expanse of life than a normal person in our humble day and age here back in the 21st century. I never remember these things, but yeah, it gives certain people the ability to do things far beyond what they would normally be able to do. That's kind of the world we find ourselves in, and what makes this all tick. The much of the world, I said, is dark. There are a few bright lights. Let us shine our view screens onto them and see what is happening. If we could go to the dope everybody screen. Thank you, Dave. Dave is running all of our production right now. Thank you very much for that. So, gentlemen, you have. Oh boy, I gotta switch to a different screen. So many windows open. Oh no, I've lost it.
Try looking through these glasses and having all those windows open. It's even more of a challenge.
That's impressive.
So, a little bit of set up, a little bit of background. You had been past tense. You had been hired by one of your longtime contacts, Mr. Locke, to abscond with a piece of technology from Vanguard Nanotech Research, which is one of a number of corporations who make use of the unique circumstances of Earth, that is, to be able to do the things that they do and what not. You have previously broken into a facility, got this object, which is a sort of round ball-like object. It is a silver-colored sphere with red kind of circuit-looking lines crisscrossing its shell, is the outside of it, its skin, as it were. And then on one side of it has a sort of faded, slightly different kind of toned silver-ish color, maybe a little more brushed steel than silver circle on one side. You are waiting for confirmation for where to bring this object next. Why don't we go around real quick and tell me one thing, each of you, that was interesting and or hair-raising and or whatever about the infiltration and extraction that you just undertook. We're going to start with you, Zev.
Ooh, that's a good one. So, something interesting that happened during the recovery of the object.
Yeah, during the operation that you just completed, breaking into this facility, probably encountering some guards, overcoming them, doing whatever it was, dealing with security measures, getting this object, and then getting out to wherever you are now.
Okay, I'll say while online hacking into the security system to like shut down the cameras of this facility, I'll say that I noticed, before removing myself, I noticed there was another person logged on.
Interesting. I like
it.
Like
observing, perhaps.
Okay.
An unknown entity.
Klovac.
Yeah.
What? Tell me something interesting that happened during the run.
Well, I was a little pissed off that one motherfucker got the jump on me, but I certainly did spray him with my It's a machine gun. If you look closely, you see right there, you can see I wrote my name like an artist.
Nice.
Wet work. That's what I do.
Wet with blood. Sentinel 7.
I made friends with a vending machine. He gave me 4 candy bars. I do not eat candy bars.
I do.
Would you like a candy bar?
Yeah,
Craig
I'll
would
take
love
one.
a candy bar.
Have a candy bar.
Sav would like one as well.
I will give you 2.
Thank you.
I also met a taxi robot, but he was very dumb.
Fantastic. Craig.
Craig got to understand some universal truths. Like, there's an old story ran across once about a knot that you couldn't undo. Kind of like how when they were trying to get to the vault door physically jammed after it was hacked open. And showing that all things happen at the same time, apparently, because he just thought about this. He just ripped that fucking vault door off with his brain. Tossed it to a side. Because sometimes the only way to get through a knot is to cut it in half.
I could cut the knot.
Then why didn't you do it first?
I was getting you a candy bar.
And I really appreciate that. Thank you. Gives me the energy I need for that sort of thing.
Nutrition is important.
No,
you
sugar.
gotta,
It's all
you gotta keep your blood sugars up when we're doing this kind of work.
I don't have blood.
Would you like some blood? We
That's
can get you
fair.
some blood. I'm
There's
sure.
a little bit.
Some right over there.
There's a little bit right here. Fantastic. I like it. All of those things happened. Those are facts now. So as I said, you are now kind of holed up, waiting for confirmation, either for a drop off or pickup of this object. Where would you be holed up? Would you have gone back to the headquarters, back to the old hospital that you make your base in, or would you have and or made use of a hidey hole somewhere else in the city?
We got to
Craig
make
is
sure
all
that
about those hidey holes.
make sure we ain't being followed before we head
Yeah.
back to base.
Some kind of safe house.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
No-
maybe
no house is safe, my friend. But that building looks really secure. You like that building? There's nothing in it.
Off the grid.
Analyzing.
It's not a house, it's a home.
It's not a home until we go in it.
Ah, that's how it works. I forgot.
I'm gonna move. So Dave, why don't you take us to the map?
On a block with no cameras.
On a block with no.
Oh, I don't think there's any power here,
cameras.
man.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's why I like this block. It's so much quieter.
So for those of you watching who are unfamiliar, some of you may be unfamiliar with Index Card RPG, and so I am going to quickly. That's really annoying. I'm going to quickly kind of walk you through a little bit of what you're going to be looking at on. Oh, there we go.
I think I fit into that category of not very familiar with index card RPG, so this will be helpful.
That's all right. So on the Dave, bring us to the VTT screen, please. There we go. So here's our virtual tabletop. If you are saying to yourself, "Man, that doesn't look like a virtual tabletop I've ever seen," that's because you are correct. It is not a virtual tabletop you've ever seen. I didn't say that to be a dick, but it is like a super secret. The secret's out. It's a super secret sort of tabletop that you can have access to by being a Patreon of Runehammer Games. It's a cool project, nice kind of stripped down virtual tabletop. There's none of the bells and whistles that many of the other virtual tabletop tabletops use just dice tokens, a background. I love it. But anyway, the top right hand of the screen, you will notice that there is a number 10. That number 10 is the difficulty class that this scene will take. So any roll that the party makes, and or some rolls that maybe I make against them or related to them, we will have to beat a 10 on our roll. As an example, if you're familiar with, say, Dungeons and Dragons, there are some things in this game that are very similar to how Dungeons and Dragons works. We have statistics that are identical to the statistic names of Dungeons and Dragons names. You're going to roll that d20. They're going to add some modifiers that they have on their character sheet and try to beat that 10. There is a circle on the left-hand side. That is where a timer might go. A timer that I may tell them about what it means. I may tell them what it does. I may not tell them what it means. It will count down, and something will happen and change, and doom may happen, or nice things may happen. Everyone gets a pony in 2 rounds. Probably not a pony.
It's probably like a mutant pony with razor nano tech on it. that's
Nano
going to-
teeth?
Yeah.
Yes. So
It's
that's
all
a quick,
nano teeth.
that is a quick rundown of what those things mean. You have holed yourselves up in an old apartment complex on
That Craig will have illustrated by leading in. Like, it's a house now, steps over the line. Now it's a home. Back over, house, back over, home. Does that 3 or 4 times and then leads in.
I get it already.
That's
Is
awkward.
this where you would like
Stuff's
the
liminal, man. Is it where I'd like to what?
Would you like the perimeter here?
Yes. Yes?
Engaging
Yes.
Sentinel mode. I'm gonna take out my sniper rifle.
Sentinel mode is one of my favorite modes you have.
Nice. Do you want to get some? What are you gonna do? Let's dig into this, there, Sentinel. What are you doing?
First, I will engage my sniper rifle, unload it with sleep darts,
Oh, nice.
and climb up to the roof of the building. And I will engage my cyber optic. Oh wait, sorry. My movement detection 5-time optic zoom.
Yes.
Nice.
Any movement near me will be detected at any range, and I will immediately engage any targets that seem hostile.
Will you tell us about it too, Sentinel 7?
Yes.
Thank you.
I also think his gun will tell us, right?
I'm hard to hear, and a lot of stuff's blown up close to my head, so sometimes I don't hear too well.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
All right. So yeah, he immediately gets an overwatch position up on one of the fire escapes, like we see there. This section of town, we are in fact, Shinru City, the last kind of, in many ways, the last surviving mega city. Ishuga is little more than a garbage pile for humanity, but Shinru still has a bright neon illuminated core where some things happen. This is one of the dark neighborhoods. Power is generally out. Any power that happens to be on or running in any of these in this neighborhood is due to the efforts of the people that live there, right? Backup generators, running solar collectors, running wind power. This is very much a kind of reuse and rebuild sort of area. People don't really make new stuff anymore. They're just finding old tech and refurbishing it and making it do what they need it to do. Why don't we have Yeah, the rest of you. So Sentinel 7 is got some Overwatch, is taking his Sentinel duties very seriously. What are the rest of you doing? In
Klovak
this
is probably,
game?
cleaning guns after
Okay.
the battle. Making sure everything's in working order, reloading, organizing. He's a little OCD about his weapons and his gear, so he's checking everything twice, 3 times.
Craig is chain smoking, and
Shit's
kind of
gonna kill
pacing
ya.
back and forth. Yeah, that gets, it's not. Dude, death isn't like that. Neither is life, though. None of it makes sense.
As
That's
he's-
not the important part.
He's like loading his guns. He's like, Craig, that shit's gonna kill you.
I mean, statistically speaking, it's far more likely I'm gonna kill me just because of all the horrible
Yeah, or
ways.
the rest of us.
Well, and out of character, this is in fact Craig storing rage dice as he chain smokes and paces. So he would like to store a rage dice.
Okay. I like it. Zev.
I'm just making sure I have like a good layout, like a map layout of the neighborhood, if there's one to be found
Okay.
on the system.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me an int decking roll. So you're just gonna press that D20 in the VTT and add the total that rolls to your to whatever decking modifiers and int modifiers you might have.
Okay. So, 9.
Really?
I'm +3 on int, and I rolled a
But-
6.
But you also have your deck.
Oh, my decking. Oh, that's
Yep.
+3.
Yep.
So that'd be 12.
12. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you're able to find. You're able to tap into somebody down the block has some security cam set up on whatever that building happens to be operating as now, and you're able to get a good kind of. You're able to use that and some other telemetry data that you're able to recover from someplace else. To kind of get a kind of one of those like sweet wire framework, like 1980s, like kind of maps, like quasi 3D layouts of like a 2-block radius of where you're at.
Right. Cool.
And it's mostly kind of like high rise, old like high rise tenement slash retail spaces. Some are broken. You can see that somebody kind of across like kitty corner from the block from you, they have set up like some ad hoc, I can't think straight, ad hoc, some like makeshift bridges, using pallets that they've maybe nailed together. These are things you're experienced with between like the tops of different buildings, so you can get in and out of stuff up on like the 33rd floor in a very precarious way, and it's a good time. It's cool. I'm gonna roll a die. Sentinel 7, why don't you roll like a wisdom like perception type roll, based on your movement tracking and all of that kind of stuff.
Out of character.
Yes.
So I rolled a 3. But according to my cyber optic tracing, I can't fail a scout except with a 1.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
That's
Good, you did this.
that's one of your sweet items. Is that one of your
That's one of my
Loot
my-
table rolls.
yeah, loot table rolls.
Oh, sweet.
Is it
Yeah.
safe to assume that we have like comm links with each other?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You guys all have essentially like in-ear kind of mini radio sort of deals, or in Sentinel 7s it's just built in, you know. It could be a part of your cyberware if you have cyberware, or it could be like a Secret Service dongle, or however you want to have it.
Mhm.
But yeah, you guys have some comms. In that case, Sentinel 7, you notice something very interesting happening up here in the cool night air. You just noticed a sort of black shape, and by black shape I mean a large black shape shaped strangely like a VTOL troop transport has just risen over the top of a nearby building, and is ultra silently moving its way directly towards the building you are at.
Warning, detecting potential threat.
What kind of potential threat?
VTO transport.
Let's get the fuck out of here now.
Time to look alive, boys.
Wiring lock.
Yep. Get our guns ready.
I was just gonna ask you to order us up some pizzas, Ev. God damn it, here we go.
Craig grabs pistol and the package and is already heading downstairs.
Okay.
Detecting closest pizza joint.
Thank you, Sentinel 7.
Oh no, where's my token?
Craig stops, looks back at Klovac. Come on, be nice to the guy.
I'm gonna look back at Craig and go, I'm not known for niceties. And you see him pull out this Ma rocket launcher and start walking towards the door.
I love everything about that.
Permission to engage.
Sentinel 7, you see as it's like crossing as it's like getting to the edge of the building across the street from you, two smaller shapes kind of disembark. Yeah, we're gonna start with you, my friend, Sentinel 7. You have a large troop transport of some kind, black, silent, across the way from you. I'm actually going to do. Did I make a freaking token for that thing? Oh, I did. Where is it? Nope, it's not there. Nope. Oh no. Stuff. Oh, it's in stuff. Oh, it's so small. There we go.
That's much
Boom.
bigger.
Boom. There we go. And these two drones kind of hop out of it early. What are you doing?
Unloading the sleep ammo, loading regular ammo.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just take a shot at the closest one.
Okay. Yeah. Give me that roll, my friend. Give me that roll.
That's a 20.
That's a natural 20.
Whoa. Nice.
That'll work.
Yeah.
You stinky guy.
I love that the UI
Alright.
makes flames when you get a maximum
Um,
roll. That's amazing.
So an index, for those of you who are new, an index card RPG, aka also in Altered State, when you roll a 20, he's gonna roll the effort die or the damage die of what he's doing plus ultimate. So
So that's the ultimate twice.
That's a D12.
yeah,
Dueling sevens.
nice.
Perfectly
Yeah.
statistically correct.
We're gonna call that one D1. And that is going to be. I should have made a way to make these slightly different. It's going to be. It's going to be this one. Ooh, that's D1. So he's going to take a bunch of damage. He kind of. You take a shot and it kind of kicks. It's a big hit. You see, pieces of its armor and stuff kind of go flying, and it kind of kicks sideways. Yeah. Let us go to Clark. Craig. Sorry, you write numbers in your name, and it's hard for me to remember the
It's
right
the
name.
future, man. Nothing's supposed to be easy. Craig's gonna get down to the bottom floor, get over to Sentinel, be like.
So he's up top. Sentinel is up high.
So then he's gonna get down to the street level.
Okay.
Can he see the transport from street level?
Yeah. Give me. Sure. Give me a quick perception-y, scouting-y, wisdom.
That's a total
Check.
12.
12. Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
You can see. You kind of get down and are just coming out the door. Is your sniper rifle silenced? I would imagine so. Does it reference that there? Sentinel?
Reference a sniper.
Okay.
Or a silencer, I mean.
So you hear the crack of his hypersonic round, and you hear the impact of him shooting this drone, and you kind of look up and you can see this black shape of a VTOL transport kind of moving, making its way, moving over the street, and you can see some ropes are starting to come out of it.
Hey, I got an idea. I got a present for them. And away goes the pistol, and out comes a cylindrical grenade, and pop goes the pin with a thumb, and then he holds his hand out, it levitates, and Craig would like to use the power hurl to hurl an EMP grenade at the VTOL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, give me that. Give me that.
Intelligence.
That intelligence psychic roll attempt.
And about that.
You're gonna get us killed.
Wow, I was. You know what? I was not expecting that.
Neither was I.
That's great. That's how dice roll. Why don't you go ahead and let's say, hang on, let me check something really quick.
I can tell you a bad thing that happens immediately.
I was gonna say,
actually.
doesn't something really bad happen when he?
Yeah,
I do have
because
a
you're-
rage die banked, and whenever I roll a natural 1, I don't check for a blunder. Instead, I immediately unleash a wave of awe-inducing destructive force in all directions, up to far, as if using the overload power with damage equal to the rage dice.
All right.
This is why I don't work with psychics usually.
Yeah. So spend your rage dice, whatever
Just
you
had
have,
one,
bank,
thankfully.
and make that roll.
That was the wrong type of six-sided dice. Hold on. Here we go.
Yeah,
It's
never
just
mind the
two,
one with the
thankfully.
skulls. Yeah. So you also man, yeah, roll a percentile. Roll 2d10 for me. Oh no, that's okay. So you pull the pin, you hold out your hand, and you concentrate on your rage, on the inner turmoil that has created you and made you into the monster you are today, and your psychic abilities, and try to fling this grenade towards your enemies. You get that little pop. You're like it's like, you know, you're holding your breath and then your ears pop. You know, like when you're on an airplane and stuff. You know, you hear this little pop, and you're like, you have that split second as you say, "Oh, fuck," and then just boom, this eruption of telekinetic energy just erupts out from you. Windows across the street shatter. The door behind you gets blown off of its hinges to the building, and the grenade just kind of flops down and rolls a little bit into the street. So if you could roll grenade damage for me.
It's the shortest one shot ever. God damn it.
I'm helping. Thankfully, this only hurts electronic beings, which none of us are nearby.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
That's why it was the EMP grenade.
So does it have a range on it?
EMP grenade do 2 times ultimate to mechanized foes and fry electronics for 1d6 rounds. That's what I got.
But it doesn't give a. Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah. So, what do you have for weapons there, my friend?
A nemesis pistol and a sword, a katana.
Or katana. Okay. So your comms go dark. For our purposes, let me roll a d6. So for 6 rounds, your comms are dark, and if you use your nemesis pistol, the really cool part about the nemesis pistol, the magnetic rounds and all that shit, will not work. You'll do the damage, but it won't do the magnetic return and all that stuff. Do you have any cyberware?
A mnemonic link, a brainwave amp. Those 2 probably.
Okay. You will also not have access to those as you get the static as you are
Craig just falls over.
the epicenter too. It's a good thing you didn't have bionic legs.
He's offline.
Right. Yeah.
No, does that affect, like, he said he went down to the street. No, we're...
Yep. So you haven't, it's not necessarily your action yet, so
Okay.
I only fucked me up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And let's go with Zev next. Zev, what are you doing? Sentinel 7 just said whatever he said about incoming VTOL.
Yeah, I'm just gonna check my gun, make sure I have my gun ready, and kind of just were we in like a little apartment kind of
Yep.
deal?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just charge out to the stairwell.
Okay.
And look out the window, see if I can see them.
Oh, like the balcony?
Yeah, like I assume there's maybe like a window in the stairwell, not quite as high as he is, just like outside where we were. Like,
There's
or is that just apartments?
yeah,
that are
there's
facing the
yeah.
street?
Let's say this in the image here, this like tall window just to the left of Sentinel 7, right where I got your mini right now. Yeah, we'll say that's the stairwell.
Okay.
So yeah, you can kind of peek your head around, and there's that big window, kind of the height of the stairwell right there. Yeah, you give me a perception, like scouting, whatever roll.
Would that be
Wisdom, please.
wisdom? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that'd be 14.
Yeah, it's hard to make out, but you can see, you can kind of see the bottom end of this black shape, this VTOL aircraft, kind of is now kind of hovering over the street. You can see the vague outlines of these 2 drones, and you can see like the start of some feet coming down these ropes. And then as a matter of fact, why don't you also give me an easy straight intelligence roll. So so it's going to be you'll need a 7 instead of a 10 because it's easy. So it's -3. Gotta get that coffee, baby.
Intelligence 8.
8. That's all you needed, man. You haven't maybe necessarily thought about what you're seeing right now in quite some time, but you get you kind of see all of this happening, and you get like that kind of sinking feeling in your gut that this is a Varg dropship. For those of you who don't know, Varg is the military security force that Zev was once aligned with. As I guess he said that in his bio, in his little blurb at the beginning. They're the boogeyman.
Yep. Watch out, fellas! This looks like the Varg. We're in for a fight, and I'm gonna could I try to hack the signal on the drones? Can I do both of them at once, or just attack one at a time?
I'll give you one.
Okay, so I'll try it for this lower one.
Okay.
On the map. Now, one thing I forgot to do earlier is I forgot that with my abilities, when hacking or jamming any signal, I roll easy.
Oh, sure.
And for my overclocker tag, all decking effort is doubled.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, so give me that int decking roll against target 7.
So that would be 18.
Nice. Yeah. Go ahead and give me an effort roll for your decking. So that's going to be the augmented effort. So the D6.
Okay.
If I'm remembering right, because I'm not looking at it.
Okay, and I have a +2 for that, so it'd be 7.
Yep. And because of your tag, right? All your decking effort is double, right?
Let me just double check that.
Your milestone ability.
Yeah, all decking effort is doubled.
So
just
so roll it again. So we'll just do times.
Oh, times 2.
Yeah, we'll just do a ×2 die. Rolling double is never fun. You want to roll more
that'd
dice.
Be 4.
Nice. So it's for a total of.
The last one was 7, right?
Yep.
So it'd be 11.
11. Yeah.
Yep.
So you were attempting to jam it.
Yeah. To I guess what is it that I can do to them?
So you could you could jam it, which would say maybe make its attack rolls against you hard, because you're kind of interfering with its telemetry and optical data. You could maybe try to take it over, try to hack it and use it as your own tool, like the drones that you yourself also own. You could try to turn it off, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I'll try to take it over. I'll try to hack it.
Okay. Let me check one thing really quick here. Yeah. Yeah, you take it over. That sounds cool. Which one were you targeting?
The one to the south of the ship.
Cool. Yes, that is now yours to control.
Nice.
Please don't let me try to attack you with it.
It's your
unless
boy.
unless something else happens.
Glad we brought a decker.
And where am I? Kovac,
Yeah.
what's up? What are you doing?
I run out the door. I see Craig Craig, look alive, buddy. And then I'm going to aim my showstopper. Now, there are 2 aerial drones. Are there are also people that are dropping to the ground? Is that what you said?
Yep. Yeah, you can see that there are now some dudes
Yep.
kind of suspended below the vehicle.
I'm gonna time it so that when they drop to the ground is when my grenade is gonna impact. So I'm gonna fire my grenade, my showstopper.
Okay. Awesome. Let me pull some tokens. Where are the tokens? And
Which is kind of nice because it does do double ultimate. I think that's good.
Yep.
That's 2d12 damage. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I don't want you
I like to
over
blow
there.
shit up, man.
That's a little. So do I. But we see how that ended.
You're trying to
Wow.
blow yourself up. I'm trying to blow up those guys.
I was trying to blow them up. Things just got out of control.
This is why I don't usually work with psychics.
You say that a lot for a guy who's working with psychics on more than one occasion.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll say you're gonna be able to get 4 of them.
I love
So
it.
4 of them drop down. There's still 2 on the ropes,
Okay.
and they kind of they very much Black Hawk down. Just slide down the ropes super fast. These guys are definitely dressed in all black, that kind of midnight blue, purple, black kind of tactical gear. They're hard to see. Obviously it's also, there's not a whole lot of light around. They've got some SMGs. They've got some cool looking optics on their eyeballs so they can see shit. And now they're going to eat a fucking grenade.
Yeah.
So yeah, make a grenade attack roll, your attempt.
So that's a D20 plus my dex. Is that
Yep.
correct? Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's not it. There we go. Oh shit! A 4 plus 7 total.
7 total. Yeah, you ran down the stairs. You see kind of Craig is kind of a little twitching out right now. Sorry, I called you Craig. It's Craig, right?
It's Craig.
Okay, good. I'm gonna fuck
You
that
can
up
call him
all the
whatever you
time.
want.
You see Craig, he's kind of tweaking out, and you see these guys coming. You're kind of amped up, and you're like, yeah, and maybe you're a little overamped, and you take your shot, and your grenade blows up and blows out the front of this building. It's kind of epic, so these guys just kind of touch down, and they're like, you can see that they're probably saying some stuff, but you can't hear it because you're not on their mic system. And all of a sudden, the windows, this thing goes thunk, and one of them's kind of ducks a little bit, and it goes right over his shoulder into the building behind, right through the window into the building behind him. As they kind of bring up their guns to take shots at you guys, as then the window kind of blows out with this explosion. Glass kind of shatters and flies around it. It's very Michael Bay. It's cool. And now these bros are gonna take some shots. So let's see, where am I? Okay.
That was a fun game, fellas.
Yeah, that
That was the shortest one shot ever.
Yeah.
Well, no, half of the team's doing great. It's just the
Yeah.
half on the grounds.
Is that called a half shot?
It's a half shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the 1 ounce. No, give me the 2 ounces. I don't want that. I don't want that 1 ounce. Give me 2 ounces. So, Craig. Shoot, it went away real fast. I think I rolled a 12.
Sometimes it goes away.
Does a 14 hit you?
I have no idea how to determine that. How do I
Oh,
determine
10 plus your armor.
that? It does, because I have 3 armor, so I would have 13 to hit me. And you
Okay.
have rolled 14. That is over.
All right. So you are gonna take Oh shoot! Hang on one quick sec. I'm less prepared. Scroll up. Ah, okay. You are gonna take some of this. Oh, never mind. Five damage as one of them fires his completely silent SMG into you.
Ow. Ow.
Detected. I'm gonna use one of my abilities, and I'm gonna just step off the roof as I see that guy taking aim at.
What's your ability?
It's you owe me one.
Tell me about that.
Once per combat, I can move in front of one attack.
Okay.
I will step right off the side of the building like a boss, free fall all the way to the ground. You know, do the fist into the ground landing
Yes.
to catch the bullets.
All right. Why don't you take
Oh
five?
yeah, man, that's sweet.
That's so badass.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Why don't you take 5 damage?
I'll actually take. Do you want me to take 3 or 2? Because I'm blessed, so I take half damage.
Let's round up.
Okay, 3 damage.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad we brought the bot.
You definitely see the kind of the movie laser tracers kind of move towards you as more of them are gonna
Me
now
too.
open fire. So a 6 does not hit you. Oh no, a natural 20. A natural
Uh-oh.
20 will.
Uh-oh. That's fine. You can soak it.
So, Sentinel, why don't you go ahead and take 9 or half of 9 damage for me?
Excellent. Excellent.
So I'm going to just roll one more attack really quick. Does an 11 hit you?
No.
Okay, so, but the 18, 20, the 20 will. So take another 1 point of damage as these dudes kind of unload their ultra quiet machine gun submachine guns at you, and this damaged nano drone. He is going to make a telltale thunk sound as the window in front of Zev, one of these little panes kind of cracks open, gets shattered open as a small fist-sized object lands very near to you. How does a does 13 hit you?
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. I have to pull up another thing real quick. I didn't think about that. Do. Okay. Oh shoot! Why did I close that? 3 × 3 ultimate. Oh, that doesn't sound happy.
Oh my
So
god.
here's what you're gonna take.
Aye.
6 plus 8 plus another 6
Oh, bye-bye.
Yeah.
as a frag grenade. Twice. Now you can use
Shit.
your surge capsules.
Okay.
You also have a hero coin that you can spend. So you can use surge capsules, which is you can use as a D8. You can use any number of them you want. You can use them to reduce damage. You can use them to
Okay. How,
Ultimately, you can use them to increase your armor, your defense, your armor. But since this also does damage to things in the near vicinity, you have
we get 4 surge capsules, right?
yeah.
Well, yeah, I would definitely take one then. What is
Or
so I
all of
don't
them.
die? How many do I have to take to survive this? I guess.
Well, since they're D8 rolls, it could be 1, it could be 4.
Okay.
Start popping pills, baby.
Now, can I do this to increase my AC so I don't take the damage at all?
So
Like if the attack didn't
So
succeed?
ultimately, you could, but this is also like an AOE sort of effect, so it's going to hit everything near.
Okay.
You can also use, you could use a surge. You could use a surge capsule to say, to maybe make like a dex roll, to kind of get out of the way. To
Or
try
I
to
could-
to see it come in and try to like leap over. Maybe you leap into the space, between the stairs, and to drop down the stairwell to kind of get out of the blast as an option,
Okay.
which might have its own complications, but
Right.
wouldn't be eating a frag grenade.
Right. But if how much damage did it do? It was like
6 plus 8 plus 6, so 20.
20 damage. Like
So
I would have to.
2 hearts, so 2 hearts worth of damage.
Yeah.
That's a lot of damage.
If I fail a dex roll, I'll eat it all, and then I'm screwed.
But you would get to use, you would also be able to roll that d8. So you could even use 2 of them. So you could roll a d20.
Right. Okay.
You use one of them, you roll that d8 and add it to whatever your dex is.
Okay. So as soon as I see that thing pop through the window, I'm gonna make a break and try to jump over the railing down the stairs.
Okay.
So would that be a dex roll?
Yeah, I love
Okay.
it.
So pop a surge capsule. Try to jump down the stairs to avoid the blast. So that'd be 11 plus a d8, right?
Correct.
So
Nice.
that's 16.
Yeah. So yeah, you kind of see this thing break the window, and you're like, "Oh, come on, guys!" And just reflexively, kind of leap over the railing next to you, and kind of with your roll, I was gonna because you got high enough, you're able to land and kind of catch yourself and do that kind of like little parkour where you like hit the railing, you kind of grab the railing beneath you and let yourself slow down a little bit, and you're able to make it down to the bottom floor of the stairwell as the explosion above you, just like that whole thing is just in flames. Those of you on the street, you see the window, this big window above, just gets blown out with a very similar explosion to the one that happened earlier. Yeah, and I think you
Might
even
affect property values.
Zev, I think you even land on the door that Craig knocked off its hinges with his rage explosion in the stairwell. And then why don't you go ahead as well as Zev, and what would you like this drone that you have control of to do?
Okay. As I land, I'm just gonna roll over and type in some commands and have that thing twirl around and drop a frag grenade right between those 4 guys on the ground.
Okay.
Just like what that other thing just did to me.
Yeah,
Turnabout
no,
is fair play, bitches.
absolutely. Why don't you give me a D20 roll?
Okay. Thunk. Ooh, 11.
Nice.
Let me look at that. I was just looking at that bot's. I think it's +3 to all rolls for the bot attack.
These, well, yeah. You definitely defeated the target of 10.
Okay.
So roll ×3 ultimate. Roll 3d12.
So 11.
11. Yeah, you and you'll actually get the other two have kind of come down as well, so you're gonna get all 6 of them in this blast, and they kind of like, you know, they kind of like cover up as they hear it. Not well enough to like stop any super real damage, because obviously they were not expecting their own drone to be turned against them. But you do so, and they take a bunch of damage and look pretty fucked up. Sentinel 7.
All right. I'm gonna reach onto my back, pull off my laser cannon, and I'm gonna take aim at the cockpit of the transport,
Okay. And shoot it.
and I'm going to shoot it.
All right. So
Target lock.
I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to be hard, since you're trying to target a specific spot. So it's going to be a 13 target number that you will need to hit.
Very good.
Fuck it, go for it.
Show me this laser cannon shit. Oh yeah.
That is how you do it.
That's gonna hit.
And I'm going to use
Nice.
Damn.
full power,
That's how it's done.
battery depleted,
Nice.
and I'm going to use a surge capsule at the same time.
Nice.
So 66 plus a D8 damage.
Yeah.
Three, 2. Okay, so that was
17 damage to the cockpit.
17.
Wow.
damage
nice.
to the cockpit. Oh, that's so rad. Boop, 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 boop. There we go.
Target engaged.
Target fucked up.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, that's engaged.
So how much damage again? Sorry. 16?
17?
17? We'll say 17. That works. Yeah, you just cut a line through part of this cockpit. You know, like Iron Man when he's like destroys part of his shop the first time he does his thing. And it kind of dips a little sideways. Yeah, that screwed it up. Very nicely done. Craig.
So, Craig is rattled. Craig can't hear anything else. Craig knows his pistols, and he looks over. So, looks like these guys have a bunch of glass and debris just laying at their feet, don't they?
They
That's
do.
a shame. Because Craig is going to burn 3 hit points to convert into rage dice, and use the hurl to just hurl all the debris and glass and shards right at them in just a whirlwind of awful.
Okay.
Analyzing.
Show me that roll.
That's
Nice.
a 22.
Yeah, man. Whoa. So why don't you go ahead? Let's do basic effort for the debris, and then your rage dice. Unless or does your ability give you damage that it would be?
Because of my ability, my standard, augmented damage or effort is
Oh,
d6
no.
plus 4,
Yep. Nope. You're right.
and then
yeah.
3 more d6s. So
Yeah.
4d6
Let's do that.
and a
Sorry.
4.
Yeah. Let's do that.
So that's 8, 12, 16 effort.
Yeah. 16. Nice. Yeah. You kind of concentrate a little bit, and all of you kind of see all of this kind of debris and broken glass and pieces of metal and whatnot kind of start to vibrate, just slowly kind of rise up off the ground. There's definitely a moment where, one of these troopers are kind of sighting, and one of like a rock just kind of hovers up in front of him and just kind of starts to turn, and he's like, wait, what the, oh shit. And you just like collapse everything in on itself. Yeah, you crush the ever-living shit out of all 6 of them.
Nice.
Sweet.
And yeah, and they all die.
Craig, I just see still laying on the ground, has done that, reached out, just looks up the helo and just as hard as he can.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That looks fun.
Well, I like that effect.
And then what are we at? Who are we at next?
Kovac.
Kovac.
So all the foot soldiers are dead.
Yeah, they just got crushed, like, and penetrated by debris and glass and like I-beams or rebar, rocks, a bench.
And there are 2 aerial drones and then the transport.
Yep.
All right. And did I see one of the aerial drones attack their own guys? I'm assuming I probably noticed that. Or maybe was given some heads up by Zev through the comm links that I've got control of one of the drones.
Yeah, I didn't directly say that, I guess, but
Give me a make like a scouty, perception-y, wisdom-y sort of roll.
aren't we all connected on like a local network?
Everybody but Craig.
Yeah, you saw that drone kind of turn and fire
Okay.
its thing right into those guys.
Like you have a data overlay.
And how close
Yeah.
is the other drone? Is it near or
To-
close to me?
Oh no, it's realistically it's far.
Okay. I am going to I'm going to use let's see, to fire the Maw rocket, I have to take a round to lock on. So I'm going to lock on to the transport.
Nice. Okay.
Mhm. Cover me, Craig. Not with glass.
So my question to you would be: do you say that out loud, or do you say that on comms?
I say that on comms.
Okay, so you don't hear anything, Craig.
Right.
It looks like would I be close enough to hear him talk?
Well, so the question is however you have it set up, is comms you audibly speaking, or is it you think comms? Because I
have like a I have a
This is
dongle.
the fucking future.
I have a dongle that I have to speak into. I don't have it implanted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, how many rounds has it been since that happened? One?
One.
Yeah, probably not. Your ears are ringing pretty good.
Just on a side note, it says runners have their own personal network and BioWare access to the system, including data overlays and instant media that appear in their mind's eye. So
It's like Google Glass, but better.
yeah,
So that's in your head.
so
Yeah,
they can
this is the
instantly
sort of-
share data. But I don't know if that went if he's all scrambled. It wouldn't work for him.
It wouldn't work for him, but for me, I would say
Yeah.
that you've got, one of the drones under your control. I can probably see which one it is on my
It's
heads-up
got a-
display.
It's got
Yeah.
a little smiley face emoji on it right now.
Yeah, right.
Nice. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of what your heads-up display looks like on the screen here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Zev, you're up, my friend.
All right. I'm gonna twirl this drone around again
Mhm.
and have it fire on the other drone
Okay.
using the gun.
Yep.
So let's see. I roll the attack, right?
Yeah.
Do I add anything of my own to that?
No.
The attack roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll add the +3 that it has.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's right.
Yep.
So 13.
Yeah. And then do double gun effort, so 2d8.
So that's 11.
Yeah, you take that drone out.
Nice.
Yeah.
That drone,
Bye-bye.
that drone definitely, like, kind of explodes, and bits and pieces of drone fly everywhere as it kind of falls from the sky. As it is dead. It is dead.
I accidentally made the drone big. Sorry.
You did.
Oh no, it's
I
now
can't
giant.
enlarge on the drone.
I'll stop messing with it.
Um,
I'm decking it. I'm making it look bigger than it is.
Right. I love it. It's my turn. It's the bad guy's turn. Oh no. Yeah. This this aircraft is going to let off some chain guns of its own. Kind of into this squad of 3 of you down on the ground.
Hashtag squad goals.
That will miss. Does Craig, 12 does not hit you.
Correct. My armor is 13. Is it
13,
hits or
yeah.
beat or beats in this?
I think beats, I guess.
Okay,
I'll
beautiful.
make it up. It doesn't matter. If anybody's watching and you're like, what are you doing with this game? Why are you playing it weird? It's my game now.
That misses either way.
All right. And then Klovac, does a
Yeah.
15 connect with you?
Yes.
All right. You take 9 damage as a blast of this chain gun comes across and does some damage to you. And then Sentinel 7 your sensors are triggered, and so every one of you also is able to identify that another one of these aircraft has risen up across down at the end of the block and is a distance away from you, but is making its way downtown to meet you. It wants to be your friend.
It wants to be our friend, but not in the way we want to
Yeah.
be friends.
Oh no.
So, yeah. So it's gonna be Sentinel 7's turn. I'm gonna present this next set of rounds by saying, as usual, what would you like to do? But, yeah, how are you going to deal with an ever-rising threat level? Are you going to stand your ground? Are you going to try to make like a tree and get out of here?
Craig, it's all about the run.
Sentinel 7. What do you do?
Overwhelming threat detected. Retreat advised.
Yes, run. We do the run thing. He
And
says.
I'm gonna take out a smoke grenade
Oh, I like it.
and I'm going to drop it at our feet. And I'm going to move to kind of siphon everyone in the doors of the building. And I'm gonna, at the same time, through my face speakers, blurt out, retreat advised, back exit.
All right. I think I have. Do I have a smoke screen? I don't.
Are we able
Yeah.
to communicate with each other in between turns?
Sure.
All right, so I would just say, Zev, see if you can jam their biosensors.
All right,
Bioscan.
working on. Can I do that while holding onto this drone?
Sure.
Okay.
Alright, I am just going to use. I'm going to use this debris token.
Debris is like smoke.
Toxic.
It's a little obnoxious, but hang on, I'm gonna make it smaller. Yeah, so this area.
Particulates are quite large in this world.
Yes, they are. Yeah. Somebody turned up the gain res on your overlays. I can hear the smoke particles. So Sentinel, you dropped a grenade and smoke kind of starts billowing out. And you said you kind of start to herd everybody back into the building.
Yep, I'm gonna try and encourage. I would have blurted out via my speakers, back exit at the same time.
Okay.
Retreat
And then-
advised, back
so-
exit.
So do you? Obviously, it's not their actions. So are you gonna move into the doorway?
If I can, I'll attempt to push at least a couple of them in the doorway with me if I can. If I can't, I'll just move into the doorway.
I'm shaking my head at you, Dave. I do not. Yeah. Why don't you? Let's call it. Oh, sorry. Not Kirk, but and Andy does to answer you, so I can see that. Let's do maybe like a strength check.
12.
12. Yeah, you're able to push these guys. Do you guys let yourselves be pushed?
Oh yes.
No, I
Craig
do not.
and Klovac. Okay.
No.
So yeah, Klovac kind of like, no, resists you. However you resist him. But-
I'm in the middle of something, Sentinel. Hold on.
Yeah, I will actually not be attempting to push Klovac because I'll see the maw rocket in his hands.
that's
And I'll
fair.
think that's a great idea.
Not a bad one.
Yeah. So you push you and Craig kind of into the doorway, and kind of into that building, and you can see that Zev is kind of half crouched there, defensively and doing some decking stuff, some deck wizardry, as it were.
Ooh, he's a deck wizard.
Frickin' deck wizards.
A deck
Crossover.
wizard.
It's a crossover.
Yes.
That means we have to kill him before the end, though.
Yeah,
All of a sudden,
you'll
I have a rapier.
You will die.
you'll have to kill him.
That's an inside joke that you'll understand if you watch our Saltmarsh game.
Yeah. Zev.
All right. So I'm gonna just start moving towards the back of the building.
Okay.
With my movement, I guess it would be, and then, but I'm gonna take a gun attack against this ship that's been damaged by us already.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to like pop out a little bit, take a shot, and then move, and then.
Well,
and
with
then
the drone,
move
sorry. I'm gonna use
Oh.
the drone to attack.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ship.
perfect. Yeah, do that.
It's a D20 plus 3.
+3.
Yeah.
Oh snap!
Hell yeah.
Ultimate. Right?
Yeah. So go ahead and
Wow.
roll 2d8 for the gun effort, and then a d12 for ultimate effort.
Six for the gun, and an ultimate would be a D12. 5.
5.
So a total of 11.
Total of 11. Yeah, you kind of through the feed of the drone's feed that you kind of have in your HUD. It unloads, and you see that maybe the land. You can see that like because you're kind of firing into the open, like the open door. There's a couple of guys that kind of duck and take cover, and you can see some instruments, you know, like or whatever, kind of get jumbled and shot up. Like a control panel of some kind with this shot, and then you kind of duck into a doorway off of the bottom of the stairwell, and kind of run down the hall, and you can take a you run down the hall, take a left, take a right, because you know the right place to go, and find yourself at the. Still inside, but you kind of find yourself at the one of those like back those like steel security doors, fire like the fire door type of deal, at kind of in the back alley of this complex building thing. And next is gonna be back to me. Is it back to me? Did I do everybody that round?
I and Klovac have not gone yet.
Okay, good call. I skipped you. So let's go with let's go with Craig, because you're gonna go first or after me. So you'll go first. You go first, Craig. And then Klovac.
Craig is going to, as just kind of a action. I assume there's a submachine gun from the now dead guys just laying in the street. He could telekinesis to his hand. As just kind of a pickup action.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Yeah, it's just he wants to pick up a gun.
Give me that roll. I mean, there's mechanics for how you can screw up with
For mine.
with guns. Yeah.
We're done.
You didn't meditate before this mission, did you?
Clearly not. Thankfully, I have 0 rage dice so there's nothing to blow out. But I do imagine
God.
there's just a thwomp. And
Yeah.
Craig's like, nope.
Yeah,
Pulls out
you're
his
like
sword.
you kind of reach out, like Luke Skywalker towards this gun that you can see over there, and you pull the buttstock off, so you have like the buttstock. You're like, damn it!
It's just kind of a. toss it, pulls
Yeah.
out katana, and he just goes running after Zev.
Okay. Yeah, you see the readout. He's got like the dotted line through the building kind of
Electronics are
readout.
fried, which is why he has to immediately chase
Oh,
after
yeah.
Zev.
Oh,
to
yeah.
find the
I
way.
almost I forgot about that. I'm glad you remembered. Yeah, you
Oh, I think you have to. Do we have to roll for how many rounds he lost
We
that
did.
for?
It was the maximum value of
It's
6
six.
rounds.
I rolled a 6.
We're on round 3.
yeah,
So it's
Damn.
like, no, just chasing after Zev
Yeah.
because he just saw him go. It's like, maybe I can keep up with him.
yeah. Give me a quick like a dex roll.
For
Yeah, no problem.
18, that's a 21, yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. All right, Klovac. All right, let me scroll up just so I can see the fucking. Yeah.
Everything you just
And-
said makes me happy.
And because of the amount of damage that Zev did with that drone on that last attack, he has knocked out the anti-surface-to-air missile defense software that it was running. So you are going to absolutely blow the ever-living shit out of this thing. Roll. Give me that. 8 times D12. 8d12, baby.
nice.
9, 16, 20, 22, 23, 30.
40, 31, 40, right?
Yeah, 40. Yeah. So you can. So, like, from your point of view, right, the smoke cloud is billowing. You can tell that with your normal optics, because do you have advanced optics, Dave? At all? Okay, sweet. So you can see that with your, you can see that with your eyes. It's like you can just barely kind of see this thing. It's really hard to tell because it's dark. And these things are so fucking super stealth tech that even their rotors and whatnot are like barely even moving this smoke. Like they're that stealthy. But that tactical data, you see that kind of like quasi neon kind of green of the targeting reticle and that like semi-translucent overlay of this thing on your HUD. And what do you say as you pull the trigger? And yeah, you pull the trigger, turn around. Cool guys don't look at explosions, as we all know. And this you just hear this absolute eruption as your maw rocket connects and explodes in the cockpit right through the laser cut that Sentinel-7 had done, but moments before. And then you hear a secondary kind of explosion as that whole thing just kind of crashes to the ground and blows up even more.
Looks like they had a stash of smoke grenades on there.
And you right. It's funny because I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get and I probably have it somewhere. I just forgot to put it into this folder where I have all my other tokens. I was like, I need smoke because I knew that he had smoke grenades, but I screwed the pooch on that one. And you are able to make your way to the end of the hallway where your friends are, except for Sentinel-7, who hasn't quite got that far yet. Let's take a short break if we can.
Yeah.
My friends, if you're watching, thank you so much for sticking in there and continuing to watch. If you're watching and you know about ICRPG, A, thank you. B, please don't judge me too harshly. Um, I thank you.
Yeah.
You that was fun. That was great. We're gonna take a quick. Let's take a quick 5-minute break. Man, I had a lot of coffee this morning. So we'll be back in a quick 5 minutes. We'll see you. Yeah, welcome back, everyone. Our break was much needed, and if you're still here, again, I cannot thank you enough for putting up with these shenanigans. All right, so to get back into the action, everyone but Sentinel-7 has made their way to the back exit of this building, of this complex. There is the ruins of human lives, of technology scattered about the street in front of Sentinel-7. There is another Varg dropship approaching down the block. Sentinel-7. Oh, and there's the smoke screen, so your movements are covered and made difficult to detect by the enemy. What do you do?
I need to pop a few surge tabs.
Sentinel-7.
I'm going to take one step
Yep.
out of the door, grab the door that was blown off.
It's inside.
Oh, it's inside. Okay.
It got blown inside.
Oh, perfect. So I'll walk over, grab it,
Yep.
turn around, walk up to the doorway that it was in, and just kind of like I'm
Placing it back on the hinges.
smash it into the ground so it's kind of there in the way, and
Sure.
then I'm fly.
Give me a strength roll.
They'll never know anything happened.
5. Yeah, it's there. It's there.
You moved it.
It's perfect. You're fine.
I'll just
Yeah.
fly
Yeah.
out of there.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to follow the HUD map that Zev has made for you guys, and you arrive as they are. I'm sure one of them is about to is about to open that door. Let's start. Let's start in with Zev since he was first at the door. Zev, you arrived at the door. Your friends are making their way down the hallway to you and arriving. What do you do?
I've noticed that Craig has gone off the comms at this point, I imagine.
Yeah, you noticed that pretty quick before.
yeah.
But yeah, you kind of see that like not the blue screen of death, but like the like TV fuzz.
Yeah, like his
See,
feed
like
is fuzzy.
you can see
His feed
TV
is,
fuzz
like,
over
offline.
his. Yeah, it says offline.
I'm just gonna. Is he in the hallway with me now?
Yeah, he is running up behind you.
Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of peek out the door and see if the street is clear
Okay.
before going up.
Yeah, you open the door, and this opens into, like a back alley, and kind of between buildings. There's like an old burned out dumpster, and some other debris around. You can see like the remains of some kind of vehicle, kind of crashed into the side of a different building or whatever. And out here, it is a nice, cool, quiet, dark Shinru City evening.
All right. I'm wondering if we should run into another building or down the alleyway.
You've got the map, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna just check the map and see if
Okay.
we can get a good distance away by cutting through the next building, or if it'd be better to take the street. I guess I don't know.
Sure. But let's make it a roll. Just give me a D20 roll. Yeah, it looks like the dice have spoken. A building is going to be the shortest route. You're able to kind of map out a way. You kind of quickly scan, and there's like a weird, maybe these alleys and streets. It's kind of a weird little maze, and you can see like where you could go, but it's a little further distant. But you see a route through a building. Not like the next building entrance, but like the one down from that. Oh yeah. Also, good call. When you're not on the map view, our viewers cannot see what you roll, so just call it out.
Oh right, yeah.
But he succeeded. And you're able to you kind of are able to map out a way up ahead.
So I guess I'll just dash across the alley to the closest door.
Okay.
And just check and see if it's locked. I guess I don't know. Can I just like kick it in?
You want to try to kick it in?
I guess I'll try to just open it first to see.
Okay.
If,
it opens with no power. Many of the with no power, many of the electronic locks on a lot of these on these buildings are of course no longer functional. And it of course is a similar steel style fire door that opens towards you. You instantly are able to tell that this would have hurt your foot. And you try to kick it in.
Okay. I'm gonna keep that drone I took over. I'm gonna keep it out in this front street, just kind of
where you guys were before.
Yeah, set, just keeping guard over the door we all ran into, the front door.
You can see through the drone's footage that dropship has kind of lowered itself into the intersection that was at the end of the block, and there are a number of drop troopers now making their way out of it and kind of fanning out on that intersection and kind of setting up a perimeter. And
it looks like they just dropped off another squad. I'm just gonna relay that.
I'm gonna make a roll. Why don't you give me a decking effort roll.
Okay. So would that be an effort? Okay, so
yeah,
that's,
just the effort.
The D20 plus my decking.
Nope, just the effort. So the
Augmented.
Yeah, the D6
Okay. So I would
with
have
whatever. So and double times two dice because of your ability.
2d6. Okay.
Yeah.
Oops, did I press it out? Oh, okay. Did someone else roll that for me?
No, that was me.
Oh, okay.
That was me rolling for me.
Oh, okay.
So roll yours.
So it'd be 6 plus 2. So it'd
So-
be 8.
Okay. You can tell that somebody is trying to take back over this drone, but they are unsuccessful. But yeah, you see a number, a whole squad of these dudes. So essentially, eight guys. So more guys than were on the street the first time. 8 guys are now kind of fanning out on this intersection and begin to make their way towards where you guys, towards the carnage that you left in your wake. Through the drone's feed.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wait inside that doorway and kind of wait for my people. I'm
Okay.
just gonna wave them in.
Cool. Let's go with Sentinels. No, because it should be Craig. Sorry.
You
I
spoke
st-
his true name.
I started going out of order, and that's screwing me up. Eventually,
Gotta stay in that order, bro.
I know, right?
Craig is just gonna follow after Zev,
Okay.
go through the door, and just silently fuming about things, and would like to make a intelligence check to bank a rage die.
Okay.
That ends up being a 12.
That'll do it.
Yeehaw.
You banked that rage die. Yeah, you run down the street, following where he has gone. He's kind of waiting in the entryway, in the doorway to a building, kind of a quarter of the way down this alley.
Yep, just scuttle down, sword out, just what the
Klovac.
Yeah, I'm gonna be slinging my showstopper, pulling out my my Mac 12, and also checking my tack link,
Okay.
which allows me to never be surprised or caught flat-footed. I basically want to be able to identify the formation of the ground team that just landed, and make sure that they're not on our trail, and I'll sort of be guarding our flank as we make
Okay.
our way across the alley to the other building.
Yeah, and your tack link gives you like immediate data in like an area, and your area is clean.
Okay.
So the extra, yeah. Are you Zev? Are you sharing that drone feed with your buddies?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, I would be sharing it.
Okay. Right. And you said you followed where they were going, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sentinel 7.
All right. Well, I'm gonna keep moving. I think I'm gonna running self-diagnostic, deploying nanobots, and I'm gonna try to heal.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll a d20 or do you want me to roll straight to a d10?
Yeah, just roll that d10.
Nice.
10.
That'll do it. Yeah. All right, let's where are we for that? So let's streamline things a little bit. Why don't you all give me say we'll call it. It could be like a dex roll, maybe an intelligence roll, or whatever you want to use as like your evasion check to evade those who are looking for you and kind of get out of here. So Zev, what skill set or technology piece are you going to leverage for this?
Intelligence.
Okay. You're going to use like you're going to use like decking stuff. You're going to use your system uplinks and
Yeah,
and
I mean,
decking
can I use
capabilities.
my decking?
Yep.
But
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay, modifiers.
Yep.
Okay, so 10 plus it would be 13 plus 19.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Sentinel 7. What do you use?
I'm sorry, it would just be. So it'd be 3 plus another
16?
16. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Either way, that's still plenty good.
Okay.
If it's possible, I'll utilize both my cyber trace optics and my cyber optic implant, and attempt to basically scout out the most likely path that they would take to pursue us, as well as the best path for us to take to evade them.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah. Make a. Is that going to be like a wisdom like scouting roll?
Yeah.
Sweet. Let's see it.
And with my one thing, if it's a scouting roll, it would automatically succeed because it's above 1.
Okay. Yeah.
But if you add the wisdom effects to it, it'd be 12.
12. Okay. Sweet. Craig.
Craig is probably just like leaning over to Zev, waiting for his cybernet, his gear to come back up. He's like, they're doing what? Yeah, okay, we should go left and then right and then left because they're probably going to spread. And he just does like the math in his head of most probable scenarios, then goes, so we should go left, right, left. Let's do that.
Okay.
Good. Okay. And we'll use intelligence to try and outplan them.
Okay.
Which is a 22.
Nice.
Nice.
And Klovac.
I'm gonna be following right behind Sentinel 7, and in the process I'm going to be sort of watching our 6 and hiding in as best I can in the shadows, so that if we do get jumped from behind, I'm ready to take action. But I'm going to be just kind of backtracking along with Sentinel 7, so I'd be using like a dexterity approach to this.
Nice. Okay.
So that'd be a 9.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and make a roll. Okay. So a combination of expert kind of probability math, of having layouts and schematics of buildings and kind of deck points and your different kind of telemetry data that you are able to gain, you are all able to evade the capture or whatever they were trying to do of you. Now, where and or what is your plan next? Now you've evaded them, you've gotten away. Where are you going? What are you going to do next? What the hell is happening here?
Yeah. Craig is literally at this point piping up because he still has the package on him. It's like, so those weren't the guys we stole this from, which means someone else found us and is tracking us. So we need to hole up somewhere very quickly and figure out how they're tracking us so we can make sure they're not tracking us. Probably this.
I know the perfect spot.
That was the Varg. I mean, they're high-end corporate mercenaries. You know, somebody sent them after us.
Were you
Yeah,
able
so
to
you
jam
know-
their bioscanners, Zev?
I'm working on it.
I mean, they could still be tracking us now, right?
Possibly. I guess.
Assume they are.
How would they have found us to begin with?
Exactly. Who told them where we were?
And Craig just holds up the package like,
Too many complications. This was supposed to be an easy job.
So maybe we need to check and see if this can be jammed. Either way, we got to find a place.
We
Okay.
should go to my hospital.
They will follow us to the hospital, then they will blow up the hospital, and I like that
Nobody
hospital.
knows where the hospital is.
They will know if they're tracking it, and then they will show up, and then they will blow up
not
our...
track us.
How do you know?
I will watch.
Yeah. Can I
Is this thing?
investigate the object? Can we
Yeah.
investigate it to see if there's some kind of signal coming off of it?
Yeah, it's
Sure.
it's a beacon of some kind
Yeah.
or something.
You're gonna try to say interface with it via the system.
Yeah.
Awesome. Give me a decking roll, my friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our deck wizard.
Deck
Poor
wizard.
Dick Wizard.
Oh, Zev, you're such a beautiful little deck wizard.
Oh, so not the greatest roll, but it's 12.
A 12.
Yeah.
So you learn a couple of things. Number one, there are no signals going into or out of whatever this object is. This is whatever this is. It is essentially a black spot on the system. It is not. No signals are going in or out of it. It's net shielded, or however you want to describe that.
Air gapped.
Air gapped would be a great kind of word for that. That's what it's called. Air gapped. Thank you. You are also able to determine through your expertise as a decker, and specifically as a corporate military espionage decker that you are, of course, trained to be, that whatever this is, this object that you are holding is but the shell around something else. You've kind of seen, you know, now that you kind of attempt to interface with it and are kind of really kind of taking a look at it and checking it out, that this is essentially a sort of physical air gap. So something is inside of it.
Got it.
But whatever this shell is, and you can kind of see that these kind of these lines and different things, you use your tech savvy and you're like, okay, these do this, and so whatever this shell is containing or blacking out signal to or from whatever is inside. So this is a complete package, as it were. It's Mr. Perfect.
So it's
Okay,
untraceable.
It's not Mr. Perfect. He was a different person. Yeah. So whatever is, whatever this is, it is not. You do not think. Number 3, this is you are certain that this is not what they are tracking.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
So what are they tracking?
And what is this thing?
They might have just been given our location.
We
Or
didn't
suspected
call anybody.
location.
Did we call anybody? Did you call anybody?
Maybe our employer was compromised or something.
We didn't tell him where we were yet, did we?
You were waiting for confirmation
yeah.
from him.
So unless they tracked us from the facility to here, which I suppose is possible, otherwise we've got a tracker on us, which I don't know where that would have come from, unless I don't know. We should check each other's asses to be sure.
I'm naked.
Klovak
The
drops
robot,
his
I do not
pants.
have an ass. There are ticks all over.
Craig just bent over, sees all that, and goes,
I'm just
"Oh, we have
kidding,
a
no.
problem."
You're covered in insects, man.
He's just covered in tracking devices. Where did these come from?
Who's not
I got-
tracking you at this point?
I got bugs.
No, that's not the case. But you do drop your trowel because that's what you said you did.
Craig just leans over, looks, and goes, "I don't see any trackers, but
Yeah.
I think
Run analyzation.
So, you want to check for tracking devices?
definitely."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will.
How do you do that?
I
Paint me
look
a
at the
word
decker.
Yeah. Can I run another like scan
Yeah,
on our
yeah.
immediate network to just see if there's any infiltration happening?
Absolutely.
Just let me know when there's something to shoot, guys.
So let me just keep forgetting about when hacking or jamming any signal. Okay, so that doesn't, all decking effort is doubled, so that's not. But this is just another check.
This will be So you'll get the +3 from your int and the +3 from your deck module.
Yeah.
Sure.
18.
Oh
roll,
yeah.
So +6.
Nice.
24.
Yeah. Let's see. You are able to determine rather quickly that there is in fact some kind of tracking device somewhere on Klovak's buttocks.
Klovak, it's on you.
Sounds
It's on your
about right.
ass. You must have
What's
got tagged by something.
I'm gonna grab Klovak and I'm just gonna pull him up and lift him up.
Oh!
I'm gonna grab whatever it is and just pinch it and crush it.
Okay. Yeah. You with kind of the data interlink between you and Zev, you are able to see that you can just barely see it. It's like a little tiny, almost like a little needle with a little diode on the end that you can see must have got fired or stuck on his clothes and is now just barely lodged like a hair on his buttocks.
I also have 5 times optic zoom, so I would see it a little easier than everyone else.
You do, yeah. It's very large. The crater of his butt, even larger.
Simultaneously, as I pull it off and pinch it and crush it,
Yep.
I'm gonna give Klovak medical attention.
Okay.
And stitch his wounds and stuff using the
Using the
medic
gel.
expertise that
I
have.
can use that. Thank you.
Yeah.
After
Well,
you do that, I'm gonna stand on my tippy toes and kiss you on the cheek, and then I'm gonna whisper in your ear, "That was good for me too."
See, that is the sort of respect and love for fellow sentients that we should all have. Yeah.
You get 9
also,
healing, by the way.
9.
Yeah.
Okay.
9, yeah.
also, why did you have a tracker on you?
That must have happened when we infiltrated the,
So
altar or something.
someone with a rival company was in the facility with the company that, fuck, this is hot, whatever it is. I don't like it. Here, someone else hold this.
It's either at that facility or on the way back.
Thank you, Sentinel.
I think we should keep on moving.
We
now
need
that
to now. Maybe
Okay.
find some
This
wheels.
spot is exposed. We got to keep moving.
Yeah, keep moving. Find wheels. Finding wheels. Yes, good.
You wanna try to find a vehicle?
Yeah, that's what Craig is saying, and he's like, "Yeah, I would like to. We should find a vehicle or something because we need to make speed now that they can't track us."
Well, I mean, anything around here is probably going to be trash, right?
Not necessarily.
All right.
There's a bicycle over there.
It's not going to work for 4 of us, though. Not unless we all stack on Sentinel's shoulders. Craig thinks about that for a minute. Goes, "No, that'll never work. The geometry's wrong." Anyway, let's keep going.
Yeah, we should keep
So,
moving.
okay. So where do you guys want to go? What do you want to do? How do you want to try to figure out what's going on?
Let's get rid of this thing. Let's take it back to our Whoever hired us to do this, let's bring it to them. Get paid.
I'll look at Zav, and I'll be like, "Did run trace algorithm locate employer?" That's
Have
a
we heard?
request.
No, did we hear back from them yet? Or is that what we were
We
waiting
haven't
for?
called them yet.
Yeah,
okay.
you're essentially waiting to find out where Mr. Locke, the guy who hired you, is supposed to make contact with you. So you're
right.
waiting to hear from him.
So I'll just fire off a quick secure message that confirming that we have the object and we need a site to deliver
Okay.
it to.
How does this? What kind of message is this? Are you just firing off like a quick text?
Well, I guess
Are you trying to do
have
a
we have
VidCom link?
yeah. I mean, do we have
Encrypted.
some way? Yeah, some way of communicating with them, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean there are a number of ways that you can communicate. Sometimes you have communicated with them space-wise, through vid. Sometimes it's just like text message sort of stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it text-based.
Okay.
But just yeah, encrypted message.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and make in your case an easy decking roll.
Okay.
Oh,
17 plus 6,
yeah, that's plenty. Yeah.
23.
So what do you fire off?
We have the object, need location to drop, and had run in with Varg operatives.
Okay.
Escaped in like encounter with them, I guess.
Okay. And then you guys are continuing to move, continuing to find whatever place, just staying on the move while you send this out.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. We
Cool.
need to like put a lot of space between us and that intersection.
Yeah.
Where we were.
Yeah. You send this message out. It's encrypted and all that stuff. It's great. And you continue to move, and you're pulling local building schematics. You're pulling any kind of pieces of information through your feed. About this time, Craig, your electronics come back online. You lose the connection to that drone. I'm not going to roll for it, but narratively, it makes sense.
Yeah.
That that you lose that connection. It just goes bloop, and that your feed link to that is gone. Yeah, Craig, your electronics come back online, and you're kind of dipping through different buildings. Down into like maybe into a sewer level and across and then back up to kind of get around some different things. You get a message back on that channel, and it says drop origin drop compromised. Stay low. Await confirmation.
I'll just relay that to everybody.
I'll be happy
I
to
don't
get
like
rid of
that.
this thing.
I really don't like that. That's not. Oh boy, this thing. Right now, it is a conflux of vortices.
It's a hot potato.
It is a knot in the cosmos, and it's gonna keep pulling things at it, man.
That's
We
why we
can't-
should get rid of it.
Yeah, but we need it until we get paid.
That's what I'm saying. Let's get paid and be done with
Well,
it. It's more
we're
trouble than it's
waiting
worth.
We're waiting until then, so I got a thought, and it's not a good thought, but it's a thought, so bear with me. Let's go into the neon where there's people. They can't have as much blatant violence, and we can get a drink.
I
Yeah,
don't
we should
drink.
we should get far away from this district. That's for sure. They're gonna be scouring this area looking for us.
What's the surveillance situation like in the neon? Are we gonna be able to jam any facial recognition or anything like that, Zev?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a possibility.
So you would know that, in kind of the powered districts in the neon. I really love that, by the way. That there is a lot of surveillance that's around. Everything is hackable. The question, as is most things, is how untraceable can you do things, which is of course what your deck setup, what you are good at. But it is a thing that can be done.
Yeah, I mean, we could do it. It's possible exposure, though. It might be better to stick to a more unpopulated area.
Then
Maybe
we just need to find a safe place in the jungle here, and
or just like the fringe areas of the more populated spots. We should find another safe house.
Follow
So
me.
oh, sorry. What did you say?
Just follow me.
Okay. So you know that there are various levels to all of to Shinru, to the mega city. You have the neon, right? You have and a lot of that would be like kind of the upper level. If you think of Midgard, right, in Final Fantasy VII, if you think of like where oh wow, I didn't think of that. Where Shinru is, where the headquarters is like the upper tier. That's kind of where like the lighted districts are. That's where most of the mega corporations that exist are. That's where you kind of did this job, part of kind of in a back end of that. And then you have these various levels of housing and commerce and manufacturing districts, and it kind of like as you get lower and lower in the middle in the strata of the mega city, you kind of get, there is a section down in the lowest depths of the mega city, which is like really kind of like darker than like this. This is a dark neighborhood, but there's sections down there that have really not even necessarily ever been lighted. They're like the sewers under sewers, and there's a lot of places to hide down there, and there's a lot of bad things as well down there. And there's these different levels of places that you could try to get that you could try to find a safe place. It might, maybe different old manufacturing places or housing developments, or
Wouldn't we
maybe
know like
of-
a grungy, dingy little watering hole that's in this dark district that we could find a place to just chill out in a dark corner and have a drink?
Absolutely. That there are of a number of different kind of local bars, right? There's a couple of different night markets essentially where people buy and sell and trade, really mostly trade, but trade goods of all kinds, where you can find kind of these kind of dark chatsubas, like off the grid, kind of like almost old school, computer cafes where people without comms are able to kind of link up and do different things, and they're kind of like by nature they're like a little encrypted because they're dealing with they're allowing people of any kind to be able to pay to use, and um, and there's all kinds of different places like that where you could find yourself a maybe safer or easier place to hold up and kind of figure out what's up, or wait, or get lost, or try to figure out what this is even more.
I like that plan. That's a good plan.
Let's do that.
Okay, a good spot to go.
Thanks, Dungeness. Yeah, we got a spot.
Yeah. Tell me about this spot, Klovac.
I've been there many, many times. I've been kicked out quite a few times, so they usually don't like to see me, especially if I've been hitting the chems. But in this situation, I'm pretty with it. So I know the bartender really well.
Okay.
They call her Spike, and she's kind of like the mama bear of these patrons, these sort of regulars that come into this joint. It's almost like a speakeasy kind of feel. Dark.
Okay.
You got to kind of know where it is. There's no sign for it or anything like that.
Is this in Fang territory?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way in a circuitous. Wow, I can't say that word. You make your way there roundabout wise, right? The long way around. And you kind of start to, as you kind of this ends up being through a little bit, maybe a little bit more kind of populated area. You can kind of see as you pass, you walk by an alley, and you can kind of see different things happening down alleys, whether it's maybe people are buying and selling drugs or whatever it might be, or just kind of like you kind of maybe even see that kind of hungry-eyed sort of person that is really kind of the desperate and destitute, kind of peering at you like over the burning trash can sort of thing, and it's an interesting sort of rough and tumble neighborhood. But yeah,
It's certainly a place.
Do I see any dealers that I know as we're walking there?
Sure. Why don't you give me let's call it just a D, like a D20 roll.
Just a straight D20?
Just a straight D20 roll, yeah.
A 3. I'm on a roll with these low rolls.
Yeah. Yeah, you I was looking for a low roll this time, so that
okay.
works. I switched it up because that way it's different every time. Yeah, you clock maybe down an alley. There's like a old, like at the end of, like on the far end of this alley from where you are, there's like this old hover school bus sort of thing, that's kind of obviously broken down. It's on cinder blocks, and I don't know why a hover vehicle needs to be on cinder blocks, but it's on cinder blocks, right?
They did it anyway.
Yeah, and it's you can see that it's been kind of converted into like almost like an armored food truck of drugs.
Nice.
That you can see this guy. He's got a shiny cybernetic arm, and this guy is like really kind of like that's his that's his beard or whatever. So he polishes that thing up.
Which arm is it? His left or his right?
His right arm.
Okay.
And you can see him. He's talking to somebody. You can see him kind of talking to somebody, and they some stuff changes hands, and he's got like the telltale markings of the gang, or he's wearing the gang colors, and Yeah.
I'm gonna
And
walk.
he's
I'm
like-
gonna just say, hey guys, hang tight here for a second. I'm gonna go over to him.
Oh,
And I'll
man,
be
what's
like-
he doing now?
I'll be like, Lefty, how's it going?
Go back. It's business as usual.
What are you slinging tonight, man?
Well, we just got a shipment of uppers, you know? Zingers, as they say.
I'll take a
You
couple.
need a-
How
you
much
need a
they
score?
run? Yeah. I need something.
Like, what do you got this time?
I need to take the edge off, man.
No, I
And-
mean, like,
and put it in
you
a
know, what do you
different,
got to
different
trade?
direction. Well, I got this, and I'll pull out this. It's a locket on a chain. It's one of those lockets that opens up at the opened top part of it is broken off.
Mhm.
Inside of it, there's a picture of a beautiful woman in black and white, and I just kind of dangle it up. I got this
What
thing.
is it, like silver, gold? Is it like
I don't know
like,
metals,
of,
man.
of shitty? No, I'm asking you, Dave.
Yeah,
For
it's.
the
I mean,
visual, yeah.
it's like. It's probably like a silver chain.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
Okay.
Slovak
yeah,
doesn't
give me,
know what it is, though.
Yeah, right. Give me like a charisma, like persuasion-y type roll.
Ooh, I'm really good at charisma. 17.
Yeah, you are. He says he kind of like he doesn't take the whole thing. He kind of grabs, you know, kind of
It's nice, right?
the locket part. He says, "All right, well, you know, since it's you, Slovak, yeah, this is good for two."
Perfect.
And he gives you like he slides like he kind of goes under the desk or whatever and like sets two like little capsules on the counter.
I'll grab them and just nod and walk away. And as I walk back to the guys, I'm gonna pop them both.
All right.
Did you get me any?
Give me like a let's say a Constitution roll.
You got it.
17.
18.
Nice, 18, nice. We'll say that for the next X amount of time,
Oh, yeah. Let's go get a drink.
you will have the initiative. Like you're amped, you know, like you can hear colors and see sounds, you know, like these uppers are good. Yeah. This is like some pharmaceutical grade shit right here.
I like it.
Zingers.
Running chemical residue trace.
Did you get us any?
Let's go get a drink.
You didn't get me. Now I'm just sad.
Yeah, you head over to this. You know, you've finished walking the rest of the way to this location where this bar tavern place is, and you gotta give the password at the door, and you know the thing slides open, and the guy's like, he kind of looks down at his watch, looks back at you,
What's up, guys?
kind of looks around at your buddies behind you, and he says,
Brought some paying customers.
"You got cred this time?"
We got money.
He says, "All right, but no trouble." And you hear the ka-thunk, 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 as whatever locks, and the door opens, and the guy behind the door who opens, and you know this guy, right? His name is Tiny, of course, but this dude is like pushing 7 feet. You know that he's like some kind of like synthetic, like vat-grown homeboy of ultimate power. Like he's big, he's muscly, you know. He's got half of his one half of his face is maybe even a little chromed over because he's got like some cybernetic implants. But he's like muscles on muscles.
As I
Muscles
walk up to him,
glasses.
I'll just kind of put out my hand to kind of give him the, like, you know how you smack hands, kind of grasp him for a minute. I'm gonna attempt to do that with him as I walk past him.
Like Predator shit. Like,
Yup.
oh, you
Yup.
son of a bit. Yeah. All right. Roll strength.
Oh wow. All right. This is more of a salutation, but here we go.
Yeah.
A 3.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna roll better than me, but yeah, you guys clasp hands, and he like, you know, he does this. He's like, he kind of sees you going for it, and he's like, he does it, and he kind of squeezes and like overpowers you a bit. He's like, he, you know, definitely like crushes your hand a little bit. He's like, he kind of pulls you close a little bit, and he says, I don't want to see any trouble like last time. I'll get in there and
it's
get
all
a
good.
drink.
It's all good. And as he lets
And he-
go, I'll turn around to the other guys and I'll be like, "They love me here. Come on, let's go."
And he just kind of looks at you guys like kind of half approvingly, dismissively, like, you know, like oh, you're with him, but like, oh, you're with him. you know how it is. Like,
Seeing him do that, Sentinel 7 is gonna try to mimic him, not knowing that it's something that you do with friends.
yeah, you go for it. You go for it, and he just kind of does the look up, like looks at your hand and looks at you, and he says, "Get in there."
I'll stand there confused.
Craig just pats Sentinel on the back, goes, "This way, come on."
All right.
And he shuts the door behind you guys. You hear all those clicking, whirling sounds again. Yeah, this place is. I wouldn't say it's popping, but it's got its kind of normal amount of low life sort of customers. It's definitely like moderately busy, you know. There's people gambling. There's people with um, uh, paid friends. You know, there's
Ooh.
people drinking. There's people talking. There's a bunch of different kind of, you know, the sort of dangerous low life people that, you know, if you were anything other than runners, you would be like, oh, maybe we don't need to be in here because these people all look like not the nicest folks, you know.
Thankfully,
like-
we do not look like the nicest folks either.
Yeah, absolutely. The you know, the bartender kind of like gives one of those like sighs, like not again.
Spike, how are ya?
As he sees Klovac, he says, "Klovac," you know, and he's like wiping off a glass. He says, "Klovac."
How about a round for the boys here? I heard you got any of that? What is it? I'll kind of look to see what the. You got any of that claw wine?
He's. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
not the
yeah.
claw wine.
Craig,
He kind of like gives you the wink, you know, and like sets a number of low balls, and like pulls out like a dingy, kind of dusty, like, you know, like the big size yellowtail bottle,
It's the good stuff.
you know, and like you can see that there's like a neon kind of blue with yellow kind of highlight, like crab claw and in its claw is a cork, and that's on the label of
Nice.
whatever this bottle is. And he pours you around, and he says, "Let me see them creds."
I'll slap some creds on the
Yeah.
table for him.
Yeah. He says, "There you go."
Much obliged, Spike. What's the word? What's the good word? Anything weird happening tonight?
Nothing weirder than usual. I mean, you know how it is out here.
Yeah.
He says, "Jimmy's back in here," like, and he kind of motions over to a guy who's like with like a obviously like a prostitute kind of girl, and you know Jimmy's always like, you know, Jimmy's the kind of guy who's like falling in love with a prostitute, but the prostitute isn't necessarily down for it, like that part of it, you know, but is of course making money. So like you can always tell when things are a little weird, kind of, because he's like, "Oh baby, I'm gonna get you out of this," you know, this life sort of stuff going on. And it's always like one of those running gags around the area that like
Jimmy's
he's
in love
just kind of
again.
Yeah.
Does the woman he's with look uncomfortable?
Not. She's just kind of doing that.
She's
that,
making
like,
money.
She's doing that, like, "Yeah, baby, you know, whatever you say," sort of, you know, kind of, you know.
Fucking Jimmy.
And it's always you know, he's in like every now, you know, like every couple of weeks, and it's always a different girl or a different, you know, whatever. So it's always a little weird. You feel bad for the guy, kind of, but I mean, when you're living down here, you gotta make do with whatever you can to try to be happy.
Fair enough.
You know, and you can see that there's a couple of like the other street toughs that you've kind of seen around, and, you know, and they're maybe playing cards with each other, and a few
Mostly
other
Fang guys, I would assume, in this bar.
Fang
Yeah.
guys, and and that kind of stuff. You know, kind of the usual. So you've got this spot. What do you guys want to accomplish here?
Lay low and try to wait for the word on, or whenever we're gonna go meet up with this guy, I suppose.
Okay.
Gather intel if possible from the bartender. One of the things that I was gonna ask is if the neighborhood's been quiet or if there's been any action in the neighborhood, which I'm assuming they would probably know because there's a network of the Fang guys in this area.
Fang guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Do you want to try to?
I would like to just try to pull up a map schematic of the area.
Okay.
Of this new area that we're in, if possible. While we're
Alright.
relaxing with drinks.
Zev, you're always working, buddy. That's what I like about you. Good work ethic.
I always like to know where I am.
I'm gonna move over to the bouncer and just stand guard with him. And if he looks at me or anything or anything like that, I'll just be like, "I did this for 300 years."
Is he holding a drink?
Yep. Yep.
He has a claw wine.
Yep.
I don't drink.
I know, but it's also impolite
You're-
not to take what you're
trying to
offered,
blend
right?
in.
Yeah.
You're trying to blend
you gotta
Wait a
blend in.
Are you a
So-
protocol droid? Or a medical droid?
He's like a medical / security droid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Been
I'm like the first
repurposed.
person you'd run into it when you enter up.
He's an orderly droid, which
Yeah.
means he's also big enough to keep most people in place.
How's your bedside manner?
Pretty good actually. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say, yeah, I'm really nice.
Well, you did pluck a bug out of my ass, so I guess
He
you know.
has been a really
Very
nice guy
definitely.
this whole time.
Very definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
Very-
delicate touch.
Yeah. Craig, for you, my friend.
Craig is
anything
going to
special
find
you
a
want to do while we're here?
quiet corner out of the way, and he's going to start personally kind of examining the package, just because after what Zeb said, he's like, he's kind of put together that this is a casing around something else.
Yeah.
And he wants to just get a feel for the casing. Like, is this probably the button to open it? Is there a plug where something goes in and out? Are there hinges? Just,
Okay,
kind of examine it.
I like it. So let's start with Klovac. Klovac, why don't you give me like a charisma persuasion-y type roll. Find out what the word on the street is.
4.
4.
The word is 4.
So you're able to find out that there was some sort of corpsec battle that happened, like back on the edge of the sector or whatever. That something happened. Something happened, and then that these Varg guys had like whacked like essentially like a whole contingent of fangs that were like, they were like a couple of blocks over, and you could put 2 and 2 together that these guys were fanning out looking for you guys, and they stumbled across these fang guys, and the fang guys aren't gonna fucking take shit from anybody, even boogeymen like the Varg, and of course just got fucking greased.
I do not say much once I learn that. I kind of keep my comments to myself, and
Yeah.
not happy about hearing that.
Otherwise, he doesn't have much else for you.
Okay.
And Dev, you're looking for like local area data and stuff. You're muted. You've muted yourself.
That
You
never
might be
happens.
muted.
All right. Yeah, just local schematics, local maps. Maybe
Okay.
if there's like any kind of cameras at work in the area.
Okay. Give me a deck hacking roll.
13 plus 6, 19.
Yeah, you are able to you're able to piece together through the various means a kind of layout of between like camera feeds and like kind of locals, like you've find like one building has like you're able to get into like actual like blueprint stuff, so you've got like a piecemeal map of like different like camera feeds, like essentially like baby monitor type cameras, like local area network kind of security systems that you're able to hack into that different maybe these gangers or whoever has stuff set up. So you have this kind of piecemeal map of like a 4 or 5 block radius, and you see various, kind of like when you were coming in here, various gang activities, low life type stuff. You see a guy getting mugged or whatever, and some you see some bad stuff happening and some normal stuff happening, and but you do not see any kind of activity. To make it interesting, you get like one like rooftop cam that you're able to find, and it's kind of pointed like the way, kind of in the direction of where you came, and you can see like smoke like on the horizon, like down a number of blocks, because this was a number of probably like maybe even like a couple of miles that you kind of moved through up and around and down these streets and buildings. So you can see kind of on the horizon like a little smoke kind of rising up from back the way you came,
Right.
but you do not see any hide nor hair of any Varg ships or operatives or drones.
Right. Okay. Cool. I'm just gonna relay that on our network.
Sentinel 7, you walk over, you kind of stand kind of over near him, and he kind of he's kind of got like a stool, and you can see that he has like a room sweeper like shotgun or whatever, kind of propped between kind of next to him, he kind of looks over at you as you kind of stand post near him. You've got the drink kind of like slightly awkwardly kind of in your hand.
In my other
And
sniper rifle.
yeah, and you've got a sniper. You've got your rifle kind of slung over your shoulder or whatever. Yeah. And he kind of looks at you. He says, "Can I help you?"
I am helping you.
He kind of like he's used to kind of dealing with people and non-different people. He deals with all sorts, right? So he takes you in and just kind of nods and kind of goes back to like his whatever he happens to be doing. He seems to stare off into nothing quite a bit. Maybe he's connected.
I'll attempt to mimic him.
Okay. You kind of lean up against the wall and kind of take a similar kind of pose. Oh wow, I almost called you by the wrong name there, Clark.
Hey,
Craig.
I've almost done that several times.
Craig.
Clark is better. It's fine.
Yeah, you kind of grab a table. And by the way, this claw wine is potent.
So good.
It's rough. Like this stuff degreases engines kind of thing, It's slightly fishy. It's
cheap though. It does the trick.
Super cheap, yeah. So you said you were kind of looking at the skin, looking at the kind of the shell to
just examining it, playing with it, just working it over.
Okay. Yeah, give me
caressing it.
I don't know. Yeah, give me a roll. What you think you might want to what are you going to leverage for this?
This feels like almost like examining for engineering, like its engineering capacity, like how is it put together, how do parts work. So I imagine that's an intelligence.
Okay. Yeah. Do it up.
It's 11 plus 5, so that's a 16 total.
16. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, you having like most everybody kind of has at least a passing knowledge of kind of mechanical things and computer things, and I don't necessarily know how deep your character goes into it, but with what knowledge that you have, or you are able to kind of trace kind of how this like shielding, these kind of like circuit lines, as it were, this shielding kind of works. And you kind of get a feel for this like other kind of off-colored circle, and you are able to determine that this kind of circle part. So if you think about it like like maybe like a basketball, right? And then so you have the smaller little circle. This circle is seems to be like a biometric panel. So doing whatever it requires with this could probably, you can see, like you're able to, it's like really hard to see because this is like some super really like amazing quality like tech, right? But you with that really good roll and being able to look, you're able to just barely notice like around this there's like a you can see like not a gap, but you can see where two pieces come together, where that looks like whatever this circle is part kind of either maybe comes away or lifts out, and you are able to trace that this this thing almost, it seems like you think will kind of telescope in back on itself to kind of reveal whatever is inside should you activate it.
And I get the impression that there's a biometric sensor of some kind on the front, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good to know. And that's all he is gonna do unless I've got time to do other things.
Okay. Yeah, I think we'll kibosh that part right there because I'm gonna that'll be that little scene. Zev, you get a message, and it says there's some garble at the beginning of the message, and then it says
Is it
and
like
then
an audio message?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So you get but you know that it's like through this channel. It's lock. So you get this garble, and then you hear Locke's voice, and he gives you a location. It's a location, and then it says be what, and then garble, and then it cuts out.
So we got the location at least, but
Yeah, and it was like static, like it sounded like somebody was trying to maybe jam it or counter encrypt it.
right.
Are you able to backtrack at all, Zev, and see if you can identify who was intercepting the message?
Yeah, can I like scan the thing in any way to like see if it was any kind of like footprint was left on it, like in the attempt to access it
On the
on like the actual file,
oh, I see.
or would anything like that be, or it was just
Yeah.
the resulting thing was like just a damaged audio?
Yeah, you want to try to like backtrace it,
Yeah, just to see it, like you
like
know.
whatever this other signal was.
Sure.
Yeah, give me a let's go with a decking roll.
8, so that would be 11, 14.
14. Yeah, you are able to you kind of do your decker wizardry, right? And kind of key into that signal and that kind of transmission that you got, and you can see that there is that somebody had tried to jam it and was able to partially jam it, and you are able to backtrace it, and you get a location, and that location is the same location that he just gave you,
Okay.
which is and it's a location that's kind of just on the outskirts of the Neon. It's like an old kind of manufacturing district, and so there's like an old like robotic manufacturing like hub.
So he gave me, so that Like the location of the attempted jam was the same place he told us to go to drop it off?
Yep.
Okay. So this could be a false message, right? I'm just going to relay that along our local network so everybody gets that information.
This doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't. That whole be a thing, also be aware, but that's assuming it's the real message, which, well, we don't know, but reality's, how can we be sure of anything?
What's the
It
worst
could be
that
all
could
sorts of
happen?
things. My assumption is there are people who are going to try and kill us there, but I was assuming that anyway, so that hasn't
Yeah,
changed.
right.
So we should probably just, I don't know, go there, scout the area, make sure that we see whoever's waiting to see us, maybe start a firefight before we get there. Who knows?
As long as we get the jump on him, we'll be fine.
All right.
Plus we got
Nice.
Sentinel 7. Look at him. He looks pretty official.
We're talking about the nice man standing up, leaning
I'm
against
just-
the wall. I mean,
Bit-
just
At this
Bit
point,
of a-
when I hear you say that, I'll tip the drink and just pour it down the front of my face.
Cheers.
He
Yeah.
can really hold his wine too.
Hey, by the way, guys, interesting news. This thing's biometrically locked.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
I've heard of this
so-
before. It's like a yeah, I've heard of it. It's like a Dralian box or something.
It is a lot like a Dralian box.
So only somebody whose DNA matches it can open it? Is that how it works?
Oh, I have no idea what biometrics it's attached to. It's just biometrically sealed. Like someone's gonna put something right in this place, and it'll go. I assume it's a hand. I wasn't gonna put my hand on it because there's also a high probability if you're not the right person, it might do something stupid, like set off an alarm or give you some sort of neurotoxin or shock you to death, or perhaps
I will
just.
put my hand on it.
And you can also
Well, he doesn't
Hack
have
it.
any.
Sentinel 7, just hold on a sec. Let's think about this for a minute.
I cannot be affected by a neurotoxin.
What if it sets off some kind of a self-destruct mechanism?
Or an alarm.
It
Do
will
you really
blow
want an
up.
alarm?
Yeah, we don't want to risk that. I think we need to be real careful with this thing.
Yeah, if we want to hack it, we'll hack it. But are we? Oh, yeah. Quick poll for those of you who are here at this table talking to me. Who wants to hack this and try and open it right now here in this nice bar?
No, I like this place. I don't want to fuck it up here.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm with you on that.
Let's just
In a
get
more
rid of this
isolated
thing.
area.
This is none of our
So-
business. We'll get paid. We'll be on our
Do
way.
you want to try to find a more secure location with which to be curious,
I don't like the way he's asking us that question.
or head to this location?
Imminent destruction probable.
All right. What do you guys think we should go to this drop? This
I mean, if
drop
we
off?
don't get rid of this, we're just holding on to
Yeah.
it. And it's people trying to kill. So we need to get rid of it either way. So I'm thinking, let's go there. Let's get the lay of the land. Let's see what's up. Let's assume it's a trap. Let's look for the shape of the trap and make our decision from there.
All right. Yeah, sounds
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Just finish my drink real quick.
Yeah.
It's good, right?
Craig does not finish his drink.
You could say that, I guess.
Strangely salty.
Smells of the sea.
No.
Smells of the sea.
Yeah. So you leave the bar, and make your way across town, across the megacity, to where towards the neon, right, to where this location is. How do you want to approach it? What's your tactic here?
Quietly. We should scope it.
Yeah, we should scope it out from down the block, I imagine.
I was going to say sneak up and then just circle the block. Whole
Well-
thing. Just
Sentinel, don't you have some fancy circuitry type stuff that you can tap into to give us an idea of what kind of security systems they might have in this place?
Analyzing, calculating, and I will use my my cybernetic implants and optics and everything to do a cursory scouting of the area in front of us.
Okay. Hold on a sec. So just so I can be straight. So you wanna, you're a ways out, but you're definitely in the zone where it's time to, you know, pick a path, pick a method, right? So are you doing this together? Or are you kind of fanning out? Are you gonna get? Is somebody gonna get some high ground? Somebody gonna get some low ground? That sort of stuff.
I think Sentinel 7 will definitely just climb to the top of whatever the closest building is.
Okay.
And then just start moving on the high ground, doing cursory glances of the area in front of him as far as he can see.
Okay.
Craig will move along the ground level to get a ground's eye view of things, sneaking here and there.
Okay. Go ahead, Zev.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna be ground floor of the same building that Sentinel's in, on top of.
Okay.
And I'd like to. I was just gonna say, if possible, I'd like to do another check, kind of like a scan of the area to see if I can pick up.
Scout out the system.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just to get a layout of the area and see if there's any operating. What was that? I was just looking at.
Well, we're still kind of in the planning how we're even going to approach the area. We're not even there yet.
But he can give me his intent.
Oh,
Oh, just I'm sorry, I couldn't. Yeah, just scan the area for any kind of like current kind of like jamming or security signal.
Okay. And Klovac.
I'm gonna cover Zev first and foremost while he's doing his hacking, and I'm going to also be looking around for any sort of sign of. Well, we're on a totally different side of town.
Yes. Yep.
Having
you've
substantial
left Fang area.
Yeah. So having some gang affiliation and knowledge of gang culture in this city. What do I see in terms of like any sign of other gangs in this area? Whose turf are we on? That's what I'm looking to see.
Okay. Awesome. And then my one final question before we kind of keep going. Are you, those of you, some of you are going high, some of you are staying on the ground. Those of you who are on the ground, are you kind of executing a similar field of fire, like same area of approach, or are you kind of splitting up, kind of covering more ground, trying to get different angles?
Craig is definitely going to try and, like, if Zev and Klovac are in one place, he's going to be like across the street so he can provide cover for them, and they can provide cover for him as they move forward through the blocks. So
you are separated, but you're not like, you go around the back side of the building, I'm going around the front side of the building. You're not that separated.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, Sentinel 7, let's start with you. So you are leveraging your innate scanning abilities and detection softwares and hardwares to detect threats and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and I'll also detect other robots.
All right.
That may be along the path.
And what remind me again, what pieces of enhancement or whatever are you using for this?
I'll utilize both my cyber optic implant, which gives me chemical residue tracing, movement detection, 5 times zoom, as
Yep.
well as my cyber trace optics, which means I can only fail a scout or a spotting if I roll a 1.
Give me that scout spotting roll.
It's a 17.
All right. And actually, I'm gonna do one thing real quick like. Where?
Should I add wisdom to that too?
Yes, please.
So that'd be a 19 actually.
All right. Quick sec. Blap. Nope. Blap. 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 Okay. All right. Yeah, so you kind of scan scan the areas and look with your super ultra zoom eyeballs and use your detect different things, and you get a good kind of overwatch position and line of sight on this building, and you can see inside, excuse me, are a number you get a number of you can see a number of like humanoid shapes, that you can see as kind of some kind of heavily armored individuals, and you also see, oh no, oh no, there we go, blap blap, oh no, this is the wrong one. You also see and detect. Dave, if you would, oh, you are there. Never mind. You are wonderful. You also detect a large kind of vehicle walker weapons platform that has some that is a partial robot or has partial intelligence, and there are a number of people kind of spread out in various sections of this building. Craig, you are moving through and moving along, kind of being stealthy, as it were. And sorry, remind me again. You're looking for
Just keeping an eye out to see if there's any, murder troops in the nearby buildings, snipers, people lying in wait. All of the trap
murder
part.
troops. I love it. Give me a scouting type roll, wisdom-y, perception-y sort of thing.
That is a total of 15.
15. Yeah. You see a couple of heads. You barely see them. You stepped over maybe some debris that if you had walked on, you would have made a lot of noise. But stepping over it kind of gave you a little bit of rise, and kind of that, you're kind of doing that kind of half crouch movement. And so that extra height kind of gave you eye line, and you can kind of see like the head, and like a little stick, maybe it's a gun of some kind, like of two guys like on opposite ends of of the street that you're on. Like one's on your side of the street, one's on their side of the street, kind of like down a few blocks from where you're at, kind of in positions, making a kind of like essentially a perimeter around this.
Are they in
area.
like elevated positions up in buildings or on the ground?
They are in elevated positions. They're maybe like they're not like up in the tippy tops of the nearby buildings. They're like maybe like halfway to 3/4 of the way up, on some like fire escape kind of locations. You know, one of them's maybe on like a balcony.
Okay, Craig's just gonna literally because we can highlight their positions on a local map that
Yep.
Zev provided for us. Be like, so yeah, there's guys, probably snipers. Do you want me and my sword to go have a conversation with them? I'll have a conversation with them.
What will you say?
Who are you? Why are you trying to kill us? You know, the usual.
Can we are there any identifying marks on these guys that we could like tell who they work for?
With while that roll was good, they were well hidden, and he.
That's why we have to go have a conversation with them.
Yeah, from this distance, without optics, it is difficult to tell. Let's go with. So Kovac is spotting Zev. So let's go with Zev. So Zev, you are hacking into the system. You are looking for like jamming and deckers and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, just detecting like local activity, trying to identify things based on what's going on, I guess. And you know, like the layout of the area.
Give me your decking roll, please.
Right. It's 15.
15, just enough. So a couple of things. You notice that there is in fact a sort of jamming field kind of in and around this building, that it kind of makes you're able to get some like you're unable to like penetrate it kind of a lot and it like find out what's inside of it because whatever is in there is kind of jamming that area. You are able to hack into a couple of like local nearby like cameras or whatever, and you can you kind of get a look and you see this walker, and you see a number of what you recognize as Varg heavies. This walker, you look on it, you're able to get a good enough look at it, and on this, it's not quite in the same. This doesn't necessarily look like anything that you remember using or operating with when you were at Varg, and it's kind of in a different like color scheme and whatnot. Maybe it's like R&D tech, and it says you can see barely legible on the side of it, and by barely legible, not because it's unreadable, but because of the resolution and the paint that was used to stencil it on there. It says JTNR Jotner, or Janus Telemetry and Nanotech Research, which is, of course, as you know, the parent
Varg.
company
Yeah.
of Varg.
Yeah. They brought some pretty heavy firepower. I'm just gonna relay that information to everybody.
Why do these
So-
guys have such a hard on for us?
Because they want the package, probably.
Out of character, did we steal this from Varg?
You stole this from Vanguard Nanotech Research,
Okay.
a competing organization.
Oh, got it.
Their acronym is V. Shit. is VNR. Yeah, Vanguard Nanotech Research.
Okay, thank you.
But these are some different guys. And you can see that there as well, Zev, that there are a number of kind of deckers, as it were, operating kind of in the area. You're able to see kind of the telltale whatever, the traces of others such as yourselves kind of operating. And you also, this kind of jamming field is the technology that you're familiar with. It's a pretty standard sort of device that Varg will use as to jam other, their enemies' systems. It doesn't jam their systems. It jams other systems.
Yeah, it's like an outward jamming.
Feed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, Klovac. Man, I'm having trouble now. Klovac,
Yes,
you're moving, covering him. Are you?
I'm tight with Zev right now, just kind of covering him while he's decking, and then I'm gonna reach into a pouch on my hip, pull out a inhaler that has this. It's an adrenaline inhaler, and I'm gonna. We're gonna get into some shit here, Zev. And then I'm gonna reach down and hand it to him. You want a hit?
Sure. Why not?
Hey, I'll let you take that hit first.
Remember, you're across the street.
I know, but I was about to do it on comps.
It's a 10.
Okay.
So that gives us a D10. 1d10 we roll, and we can add that to our stats for the 24-hour period.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a lot of drugs. So I've got a crazy idea, guys. Ready for this? Let's call Mr. Key and see if he's actually in there. Sorry, Mr. Locke. I assume Key was elsewhere. He has to have a partner named Key. That's how it works.
All right. Yeah, let's try it. I'm gonna encrypt the call so as to make it look like it's being sent from a different location.
So did you roll your D10 real quick,
I did.
Andy?
Oh, I roll it now.
Yep. Yeah. Go ahead and roll it now.
Oh, a 2.
So you can add. You have a pool of 2 points that you can add to strength through charisma, any of your effort, your armor.
I think I'll add it to armor.
Nice. And you got a 2 as well. I saw,
I
Klovac.
did, yes.
Where are you putting yours?
In Dex.
Nice. Okay. All right. Yeah, you want to send out a call?
Yeah. I'm gonna
Okay.
try to contact Locke.
Okay. Like you're trying to make a live voice connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get static. You are unable to
good.
connect.
Yeah. Not connecting. I mean, they either just this is just a straight up trap. They're trying to lure us in there with that message we got earlier, or they have them in there. Maybe they have them surrounded.
Either way, I think Craig, we're going to take you up on that offer. You should maybe have a conversation with a couple of these fellas.
Sounds like a wonderful time. So Craig is going to try and sneak around to the back of the building that one of these snipers is in, and just kind of get up above his get into the same space with them, either like above them to drop down, or if that's not going to work because the house, come into behind them in the room.
Give me a Dex stealthy movement roll.
And just for the record, Klovak is gonna tap Zev on the shoulder, and he's gonna trail behind Craig at a distance, so that but is close enough where he can provide some cover if things go south.
Okay.
Which with my dice could never happen today.
So yeah, so you guys are on essentially.
right.
So Dave, you guys are on opposite ends of the street. Like, he's on
Yeah,
the
that
right
would-
side of the street. You guys are on the left side of the. You and Andy are on the left side of the street. So are you gonna go into the building and work your way up through the building towards him?
Yeah, I should be able to track his position on my
Yep.
HUD, so I'll just kind of use that as a guide, and I'll communicate with him the whole time, just being like, I got your 6. I'll be here. I'm getting in
Okay.
position to cover you in case something goes bad.
Okay, so you're gonna cross the street and move up with him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, both of you give me Dexy stealthy movement rolls.
That's a 14 plus 3 for a total of 17.
Okay.
15 plus 5 for 20.
All right. So yeah, you both are able to kind of make your way through this building and get up behind. Do you want to get like behind or above?
Can I do above in such a way that I'd be able to drop down, or is behind going to be a better option just from the layout?
Yeah, so you're able to get into you could get into the room above him. So he's like on a fire escape, right?
Okay, he's
So
on a
you're
fire
able to-
escape, yeah.
Yeah, so you're able to you can get into the room either behind him and have access to the window that's behind him, right? Or you could get into the room above him and be on the fire escape up top.
I'm going to get in behind him because my ideal plan here is to pull a Byron and just kind of move up behind him and sword to the throat.
Okay.
Not literally to sword him, but put sword to throat.
Okay. Yeah, you sneak up behind this guy, quiet as death. And this guy's dressed very similar to how the other guys were dressed, although his armor has a bit of a sheen to it that almost your eye doesn't like to track it, but it's trackable right now, at least, as it were.
Yeah, at close range, you can make out the figure. Yeah.
He doesn't have a cloaking device on. No, that would be weird.
No. No.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so you make let's call it just, I know you're not attacking, but make your attack roll.
That's also going to be Dex because Katana.
Nice.
That's a 20 total.
20. Nice. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, you creep up and you kind of draw. Where do you keep your sword?
At the side because the
At the
back's not
side.
really practical.
Yeah, you draw nice and quiet. It's it's a whisper. It says, and you put it up, and yeah, you kind of creep through the window, and yeah, you've got him kind of dead to rights, essentially. Where
So,
your
yeah,
sword
just-
is by his neck.
Knight to throat and just go, "Hello, friend. I'd like to talk. Could you maybe just put the rifle down? That'd make this just so much more pleasant."
He you hear kind of a small, like, audible click as like his mic comes on, because he's wearing a fucking cool tack helmet,
Seeing this, can I make a quick attempt to try to jam that guy's signal?
Sure.
All right. So that'd be a 19.
Yeah. You kind of see this happen, and you kind of, you're like, oh fuck, okay, and kind of, quickly do a jammy guy and kind of lock him down.
Emit a small jamming field from
Yeah.
Craig.
Yeah, he says, I said you guys are good, but you're dead already.
Yeah, probably. But that's okay. We're all dead on a certain timeline. The important question I have for you is our friend inside, or do we just need to level this? I'm not picky. Possibly either way, depending on your answer.
His head kind of cocks to the side a bit, and he says, friend?
Cool. So, good news for you. I think I'm gonna let you live. I need you to tell your bosses that if they just want to fucking pay for the package, we'll do business like adults. Now, if they keep fucking with us, we'll have to keep killing people. So hey, we'll leave that up to them. It's your life they're playing with, right?
He kind of turns a little bit, so you can kind of get a little bit of the side eye on you, so you can kind of see a little bit. And he just kind of reaches up and like taps the side of his helmet, where you can see like the stylized, like the wolf head of Varg. And he says, "That's the thing. It's all business."
Yeah, boring conversation anyway. And then I will use hurl the good old psychic power to yeet this motherfucker as far as I can up and out.
Oh man, I really hope you roll a 1 again. I'm not gonna lie.
Punchline, if I rolled a 1 here, would serve the same purpose.
It
It would
would,
still
yeah.
damage him. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
There we
that's
go.
unfortunately
There we go.
21.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Give me give me a psychic effort roll.
That's 5 plus 4, that's 9.
9. Yeah. You kind of he's like about to say something else, and he's just yeeted, just gone, like up and out. I'm gonna make a little roll. Okay. And it's my double click problem. And yeah, you hear a crunch. Why don't you go ahead and give me your psychic-y damage, and add an ultimate die to it.
That's 1 plus 4, that's 5, plus ultimate will be 10 total.
10. That is right. Sniper. 1. 10. Okay. Cool.
And as he is being yeeted, Locke just says into the comms, or Craig says in the comms, Locke's not here.
Hey, what do we know? What don't we know about your character?
You've been working for me this whole time. There's a lot of
I
me,
knew
it
it.
turns out. Punchline, I'm also all the snipers. No. But yeah, just Locke's not here, and he immediately is like fading in the background, still holding the guy's sniper rifle in his other hand.
A lot. Yeah.
We should get out of here now.
Sentinel 7. you're up on your Overwatch, and you see what's his Kovac kind of cross the street and enter a building, and like a little bit later, you see a huddle of shapes on this balcony or on this fire escape portion where that sniper was, and you know that there's an exchange happening, and then the guy gets yeeted, as it were, as the kids say these days. Into the street, and then of course Craig said, "Hey, Locke's not here. Blah 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 blah." What do you do?
All right. Well, I might just. I think I'm just gonna stay on Overwatch. Maybe I'll make a move back away from the edge of the roof. I'll keep both Klovak and Craig in the sights of my sniper rifle.
Okay. So you can shoot them?
No, so that I know where they're at, so I can be their Overwatch basically.
Yeah.
So
you can execute those flashbacks?
Yeah, precisely. Bunch of squishy people around here.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I think
Awesome.
that's all I really need to do.
Okay. Let's go to Klovak. You're inside. You're kind of back in that room a bit more, kind of giving him cover, and he does that. That happens. What do you do?
I hit my my TAC link and scan the immediate area to see if there's any additional movement, and then I'm gonna wait for Craig to I'm gonna kind of keep him undercover as well. I'm gonna cover him while Brink comes back.
You can through your comm link and your HUD and TAC link, through the network, through the system, there is movement from that walker. It's kind of, it's not like moving forward, but it's like pivoting, perhaps to a field of fire that might be considered adjacent to you.
It's time to go,
in
fellas.
In your direction.
Yeah, it fucking is.
Zev.
You might
Zev,
be muted.
Sorry. I'm gonna make an attempt to. I'm gonna make an attempt to jam that the walkers communicate functions. I don't know, communications.
Sure. So it is inside the jamming
targeting
field.
system.
So it's inside the jamming field that is there.
Oh, okay.
But you could jam the jam.
Ooh.
I'll try jamming the jam.
This is kind of like the jammy jam.
CCM here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to jam their jam and replace their jam with my jam.
Nice.
Pump up the jam, pump it up.
Okay.
Get Kovac moving on the dance floor.
Yep. That'll get them moving. Okay, so
that's it.
a decking roll, right?
Yes, please.
That would be a 16.
16? That's enough.
Okay.
It was going to be difficult because you're jamming a jam. But a 16 is definitely better than 15, which would be hard.
Nice.
For this 12. The stakes are higher. Yeah, you you with your knowledge of kind of Varg tech and methods, you kind of you do the signals match. If this was a video game, there would be the sub game where you're trying to match the signal that is their signal with your signal, and it's always moving, so it's difficult. But you do it, and you jam the jam, and you can see, and kind of all of you are able to see this through the through the uplink. You can see that there are like sensor kind of like camera eyes that kind of dot this thing, the walker. You can see, and you can see now that they're kind of like trying to track all over the place and trying to find something that I can't find because they are jammed. Now, of course, it's my turn.
That's what I was afraid of.
Yeah. I get a turn too.
You get a turn too.
I'm playing too. As bitchin' as the yeet was, because it was bitchin'. Don't get me wrong. Like, that guy's pretty done. But his buddy across the way definitely noticed the yeet. It's hard to hide a yeet.
Yeets are not subtle.
No, yeets are never a
No.
subtle. Yeets are never a subtle.
No.
You can try, and many have tried for generations to type yeet without caps lock, but it doesn't work. The computers are like, no, it can only be caps lock. There is no lowercase yeet. And he is going to take a shot in your direction. And I need to bring up my fucking PDF here.
We need to build a yeet emoji for this game.
Right?
How do we do that, Sentinel 7? Can you get on that?
I don't know how to do that. Are you kidding me?
You can do anything.
Okay.
Oh shoot, was that in character?
And let me see. No.
Building it out of bones.
That's pleasant.
13, of course.
That is exactly my target number with armor.
And I already said I needed to beat it, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. A shot that you do not hear because it is completely. It is. Oh, never mind. It isn't silent. But it. You hear it. Bakow! And it rips through the wall next to you because it shoots through walls. That's what it says in the book.
Yep.
Shit.
Yeah, and Klovac, you know,
Damn it.
it's like in the the end scene, or not the end scene, but like the 3/4, 80% way through the Matrix, when they're like shooting through the walls with the chain gun, and you just see the slow-mo bullet through the rain. It's the sprinkler's not going off, but it's going through the wall, and it's kind of like, and it like just misses Craig.
At 13, it might hit and the armor might have gotten it. So
Clark.
either way, real
Yeah.
freaking close.
Didn't see where it came from though.
Yeah, you would have seen it.
Is it what
you
didn't-
range? What kind of
We
range?
knew there
is
was
it?
another one across the street.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's in like a very similar position on a balcony, maybe a floor up, across the street from you.
So it's just this crack of a sniper rifle,
Yeah.
and I can see the guy on the other side of the street.
Yes, sir.
Can I? Would he be in range for my submachine gun?
He would be, but I also have a couple of other things that I need to do.
Got it.
So put a pin in that.
Just taking
Yeah.
some information down.
Key stack.
Some telemetry data. Very good. Let's see.
Hey, thanks for the follow, TBD102. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming by.
don't like that last roll. That's a bad.
Oh,
What? How
man.
the hell did you get 2 20s in a row?
Well, it's the same way you roll 2 1s in a row.
Yeah, but those were bad and yours were good. That's very different.
I know, it's the same algorithm. Zev, you, somebody tries to lock you down.
Hey, stop that.
They fail. And then you get locked down.
Because
Yeah,
they have more than one guy.
twice. Yes. Yeah, you essentially you're jammed, and you're cut off from the system. Your network is down. You are
The
alone
system is down.
in
The
a
system
building
is down.
in enemy territory. Your friends are across the street. Luckily, Klovac has a gun and is going to shoot a guy. So let's get to that.
Yep.
Sounds good.
I'm
Are our
going-
comms down? Are my comms down?
Yours are, yes.
Okay. I'm going. Okay. Do I have any kind of reaction at that point? I guess.
Not
I'll
right
wait.
now.
I'll wait.
We'll get to you.
A lot of
Panic's a
eager, lot of
free
eagle players here want to get into the action.
Yep.
What's the range, Chad?
I guess it's far, I would say, probably.
Okay, that might change things a little bit. Far. Well, I could still hit it.
What are you trying to use? You've got the Mac 12.
Yeah. It's
So
not
yeah,
as effective though.
Yeah, it
far.
wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't get the D20 effort die, which is ridiculous.
Can I move closer and then get within near? Like, could I jump across? Maybe there's like some little scaffolding or something, and some wires, some old, retro wires that I could use to swing down to a closer position.
Yeah. You could make like a kind of an athletics-y, kind of acrobatics-y, dex-y sort of parkour move to find yourself maybe on like a dead phone line that crosses the street.
Okay, I'd
Like-
love to do that.
Like one hand, like trying to spray in there.
Like almost
Absolutely.
sliding down the old phone line.
Yep. You guys remember Cliffhanger, right?
Of course. How could we not?
Is that like before or after Tango and Cash?
Ah, that's a good question.
Oof.
And I don't remember, but it's irrelevant. So give me that dex-based movement parkour roll.
Total of 11.
Ooh, my friend. So I'm gonna give you the option. You can, because it's so close. You can come up short of the movement and not get to near or close or whatever. Or you can get to that range, be able to take your shot, but lose your grip.
I'll go with the latter option with the grip loss, and I'll get the shot.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Take your shot.
All right. So just remind me here. That's a D20 plus my dex to hit, essentially, right?
Yep.
All right. 15.
15. That'll do it. And then a D20 effort.
So does my D8 effort bonus help at all?
So the bonus, the modifier you have for gun damage,
Yeah.
I would say yes.
Okay.
But
So
you'll just roll the D20 plus that modifier.
got it. Okay. So that's gonna be 8.
8 damage.
Yeah.
All right. Minus 8.
It was so worth it though.
Yeah. And then, yeah, you kind of run and jump past Craig, and kind of leap and grab a hold of this this wire, and kind of you get like one swing, and you kind of simultaneously you let go, because you're gonna ultimately kind of monkey grab again as you're pulling out your gun and firing, and this all happens simultaneously, of course. Then you do that swing, and you are reaching and drawing and firing, and then you grab, but it is not there, as you've misjudged the thing, and now you are going to you're going to take 1 point of fall damage,
Okay.
as
You
you
landed a pile of rats.
as you land on a yeeted sniper.
I like fall and I like drop through an old like tarp and fall through it. It kind of catches me a little bit, so I don't slam as hard as I would have if there wasn't anything below me.
Yeah.
That was planned.
I should get your. Well, your tokens don't matter right now in that way. Yes. Let's go with. Wait. Who would be next? Man, I started going in crazy order, and now it's all jacked me up. Let's go with Sentinel 7. I'll just start going in order on the overlay.
All right, so I see the guy get yeeted.
Yep.
And I kind of just watch him. And then I see Klovac do some pretty insane parkour stuff, while our Craig is doing some hacking, or Zav is doing some hacking stuff.
Yeah, and actually about all of this time, you see Zev's feet drop.
Oh, the shot that the sniper took a shot at Zav, right?
Craig.
At Craig. Okay.
Yep.
So I will actually just calculate where that came from, and blow him away with my sniper rifle.
Okay.
Sniper on sniper action.
Calculating.
Nice.
Target engaged.
What's your total there, amigo?
That'd be an 8.
And
You have no dex bonus?
No dex bonus.
Fair
All right.
enough.
You raise your weapon and fire, and miss. It goes through the wall behind him.
Gosh darn it. Actually, I'm gonna use a surge capsule to
Okay.
make that hit.
All right. Roll a d8.
So now it is a 14.
All right. That'll hit.
And I'll use another surge capsule
Okay.
for the damage.
For effort. Sweet.
So a 2 and a 8. So I'll do 10
Nice.
damage to
10
him.
damage.
Smoking 8.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. You're familiar with the classic N64 video game GoldenEye?
I do know the classics, yes.
Yes.
We're
You have
educated
shot-
men.
You have shot his hat off. He's not dead, but he's not happy.
That's fun.
Yeah, you damage his optics. You can see that there's like a even from this distance, you can see almost like there's little like electrical like sparks kind of play out across his body, as you have damaged some system on his armor. Zev.
Okay. Is there any kind of like defensive kind of action I could take to try to get myself back online?
Yes.
Or am I supposed to be out for like X number of rounds or something?
No, you've essentially just been kind of jammed and cut off.
Okay.
But you can, in a similar way to how you jammed the jam,
All right.
you can jam this jam, which will in this case be so. Your ability. Let me take a look at something really quick. So your ability when hacking or jamming any signal, roll easy. So here's what we'll do. We're gonna say because you have essentially two dudes jamming you, that will instead of making it easy, it'll be normal.
Okay.
So it would be hard, but because it's child's play to you, it's still one less. It's shifted one to the right.
Okay.
So yeah, give me that 12 deck roll.
Double jam.
Double jam. It's the raspberry.
Oh, 13.
13. That'll do it, my friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
7 plus 6.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, you slot like you slot your anti-jam software and do some quick keystrokes or whatever, manipulate your VR headset. All of the cool tropes. Yep. Boop 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 boop. And yeah, you kind of shut them out.
Okay, so I'm back up.
Yeah, you reconnect, and the rest of you guys see his feed comes back on, and he comes back online, and you are unjammed. But now you also, as we'll say, as a result of your jam the jammer, which is actually like a TV show on Earth. It's like a secret hacking TV show about hackers that jam the jam.
Jam the jam.
Yeah. So you have a location. You kind of like know where those dudes are. You get like telemetry data. I keep using the word telemetry, but I love it. You get location data for those two dudes, and they're like nearby.
Okay, I'm gonna just make sure to send that off to all the guys.
Okay.
Let them know I'm back online and that there's definitely at least two deckers at work, and send them their locations on our map.
So being as you were jammed, your jam was not jamming.
Oh
Oh
my
man,
God.
this is a weird.
There's
fucking
so much
pitfall.
jam all of a sudden.
I know.
Yeah, everybody's sticky.
It's delicious.
Pump up the jam.
The walker gets is back in action because of course it's not being jammed, and it is going to send a payload of bullets in your direction. Whoops, I overshot it.
Assuming it can shoot me through walls. It's like a tank. I guess it can.
Yeah. Wow. What's your armor? What's your defense? What's your armor there, Zev?
14.
14.
with the
So
inhaler enhancement that I got.
yeah, nice. So you're getting online. Oh, really? So yours was a 12?
I did have a 12, yeah.
Nice. So yeah, you get everything back online. You're kind of getting all this data, comes rushing back into you as you reconnect, and as you do, you see like this weapon kind of come up on the walker through your hacked interlinks, um, and you hit the dirt as a you're like, there's no way, but then it kind of glows in a similar kind of way that somebody else's beam cannon glows, and cuts a fucking laser hole right through two windows, or right through like 3 or 4 walls, like disintegrates that sniper
boy.
across the way, and goes like right over your head,
Oh.
and misses you.
Nope, we're leaving. We're leaving again.
And
Is that our ride?
and you can kind of see that a few dudes kind of make their way into the street, and you instantly are able to tell that these are not the drop troopers that you faced earlier, but are in fact Varg heavy commandos,
Oh boy.
which are much larger, much more armored. Each one is carrying a heavy assault rifles instead of like nice kitty glove SMGs that are silent. And then you see you see one of those hackers wink out, and then the other one winks out, and then the third one winks out, and then in your HUD, Zev, where your comms, like where you can see like the comm readouts of your buddies, a image replaces each of their feeds, and it is a, I don't know, Dave, did you actually put that icon on my picture? Oh, maybe I forgot to fully share it with you. That's okay. So you hang on. Oh, I'll put it on the HUD because I have it here hidden in a window. Boop, boop. Nope. There we go. Tokens.
Oh boy.
So this image kind of replaces all of their feed images, and a voice is in your comms, Zev, in your ear. Zev, what was the name that you used in Varg?
It was
You didn't think I'd ask you that question, did you?
I was not prepared for that one. Oh wait. I am somewhat prepared. I'll go with Aldo.
Aldo?
I'll just say yeah, Aldo Corv.
Aldo Corv. Okay.
Yep.
Corv. You hear a voice, and it has the kind of bewitching, kind of echoey, double like multitude voice kind of quality to it, of numerous voices almost speaking at the same time. and it says, Mr. Corv, you've got yourself in quite a pickle. The thing that you carry is dangerous. It signals, or could signal, the end of things. We must meet. I can assist in your extrication from this space, but there's only so much I can do from here. Come to Vale. I await. And as this voice kind of breaks and cuts down and goes, and because it kind of echoes a little bit as it ends, right? And then the video feeds start popping back up, from your friends, and something about this is strange and rings in your head, especially when he says, "Come to Vale." There is, like Varg is kind of the boogeyman for, anybody who's doing things that they shouldn't be doing, or is doing things against Janice, right? There's another boogeyman who exists in the Decker community, and his name is, or her name, no one's necessarily sure, is called Flashing Eye. This is kind of, sort of person on like, on BBSs, on message boards, that is like typed and talked about in hushed tones.
Fast Jack was a thing.
Yeah. And that's where we will end today's session, because lo and behold, my friends, it is 6 o'clock. So, hey, whew, that was some interesting.
Lord.
That was some
good.
interesting stuff.
That's
Yeah.
a good cliffhanger to end on.
If you have stuck around for this whole endeavor so far today, again, thank you so much. It's been a lot of fun for me, and I hope it's fun for you. Please, if you would like, come back tomorrow. We will do the same thing again, and find the conclusion of this story, and figure out whether our party is alive or dead, what this object is, what Varg wants, who Flashing Eye is, all of the questions. The end? What? It's going to be a good time. If you're watching this in the future on the YouTubes, or perhaps on Twitch archived, hey, click the next video. As always, you can find us on Twitter at Guild Superior. We are the Superior Adventurers Guild. We're the same place on YouTube. Watch our videos. We'll see you tomorrow.